All right, real quick before we start, I surprise dropped chapter 1, the intro to Views from the Sis, my comedy special. I surprise dropped it last Sunday. Some of you guys have already watched it right now. It's available right now. YouTube.com/TheAndrewSchulz. I put it on Instagram, Twitter as well. I had to do the surprise Beyonce drop. You know, we had to shake things up. The ecosystem needed it. Thank you guys so much for everybody who's watched it, shared it, etc. I'm giving the whole special away for you guys on YouTube, like I have with the last special as well. The new part drops. The official, I mean, it's the second week, it's chapter 2, but this is the first real full piece of the special, and it's dropping this coming Sunday. And I'm excited for you guys to check it out. I'm excited for you guys to share it. I mean, that's why I'm giving it to you, so you guys can do the same thing and give it to somebody else. Give somebody a laugh. Somebody needs to, you know, feel a dose of flagrancy. Let them tap into it. Share with your friends. Share with the group chats. Have the discussions going. Comment, like, share. I mean, just get this shit out there in the ether. Get it out in the ecosystem and just prove that we don't need any big network or any big mover shaker in the industry. We can do this all from the ground up with the people, man. Thank y'all so much for doing this. So everything you've done so far already. So make sure you continue to do that. Also, another quick announcement. We are starting Flagrant Media Group. I already mentioned this on the Patreon, but Flagrant Media Group is going to be our advertising angle, and we're going to take it to another level. The goal is to own every single part of the pipeline. So we own the content creation, we own the production studio, and we own the advertising, and we own the distribution. So that's what we're going to start. Devon McLeese, who is a patron, a Asshole Army member, has taken upon himself to spearhead this. So that both of us are starting this Flagrant Media Group, and we are looking for you guys to be involved. Patrons have already been reaching out, but we're looking for account executives, people who can help us drum up business for the flagrancy. We're not looking for brands that are, you know, afraid to, advertise with people who are going to ruffle some feathers. We're looking for people and brands that want to tap into what we're doing here and are not afraid to be, politically incorrect, if you will, or flagrant, if you will, unsafe, unfiltered, uncensored, because that's what we're doing over here. So if you want to get involved, you can email info_flagrant2, that's the number 2, @gmail.com, and let's build something fucking incredible. Everything that we do, everything that I do, you know, is all asshole everything, right? So every bit of business that I'm trying to do, I'm trying to keep within our economy. So if you guys got photography studios and we need photography done, I want to work it through you guys. If you guys have, obviously like the cameramen that we've done in every single city that we've been in, I want to do it through you. If you guys fucking drive Uber, pick me up from the airport and I'll pay you to do that. Let's try to keep as many things we can within the community and build and empower within the community. You guys have done an amazing job on that on Patreon, and the people who are listening to the non-Patreon apps, while we want you over there on Patreon as well, but you're still part of the army regardless. So let's do this. Let's build this. I'm really excited about this, and I think that we could change the game. Once we prove that there are advertisers that want to invest in this content, then we'll shift the content itself from the political correct nonsense that we don't find funny or interesting to some stuff a little bit more flagrant, if you will. So I just wanted to let y'all know that, and if you want to get involved, send an email over to Devon and let's build this shit up. But I've got an amazing show in store for you guys today. I don't want to waste any more time. I want to get right the fuck into it. So without further ado, this is Flagrant 2. Let's begin. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Flagrant 2, No Easy Buckets, analysis by assholes, water cooler commentary for your sports needs, your soul's needs. I flipped it last episode. I like doing that. We have a very special episode that I will get to in a second. But before, I just want to let you guys know, in order to support our show, we'll need the help of some great advertisers. And in order to find great advertisers, we'll need to learn a little bit more about you. So please go to podsurvey.com/flagrant and take a quick anonymous survey that will help us get to know you a little bit better. That way we can show advertisers just how great our listeners are. Plus, once you've completed the survey, you can choose to enter for a chance to win a $100 Amazon gift card. Terms and conditions apply. Again, that's podsurvey.com/flagrant, podsurve.com/flagrant. Thanks for your help, everybody. You see that? You see that? You talk about starting your own ad agency on a podcast, even if it's a Patreon episode, and all of a sudden they want to sell some ads. All of a sudden the agency that was selling ads wants to sell some ads. You got to put some fire under their ass and make them go. We are here today with a very special guest, someone who is dear to my heart and soul, someone who is incredibly interesting, incredibly underrated in his field, and unknown all of the accomplishments and accolades this man is responsible for. He is a legendary DJ. He's a legendary New York.
Can they see me?
No, don't worry about that. Don't talk yet. Don't talk yet.
Mike keeps
you gotta. I asked you if you knew how to do the fucking mic.
I don't know if they can see me. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I asked you if you knew how to do the mic
intro
in the
is
beginning.
amazing, but it's go ahead.
And you got to do it at the other arm right there. Get it down there.
Already
Put that
tight on
side
you.
right there. You know what's funny is the other day he literally says to me, he goes, yeah, it's funny. They forget that I even did radio and like go to do these podcasts. They're like, do you know to speak into the mic? This, that, the other. And here he is. He can't even hold the fucking mic. This is why you got fired.
I got it. We got it.
Okay.
Go ahead. Go on.
You sure you got it?
Go on with what you were
You
saying.
sure you got it? Ebro's watching this right now. Like, see, that was the right decision. I had to get him out.
I like what you were saying. It was sounding.
So, legendary radio personality. I think, and I think many of you that are listening, maybe watching right now, will believe afterwards, that you're the most underrated A&R in the history of the game. Underrated unknown A&R, maybe underappreciated A&R, definitely underpaid A&R.
Oh yeah.
In the history
All
of
the
the
unders.
game. All the unders.
All the unders.
You got the unders down, bro. Give it up right now for Cipha Sounds, everybody. We got Cipha Sounds in the building. I should also say, star of his own TV show, Laugh Tracks on True TV.
Yeah.
And we also got Chin in the building. I got to give a huge shout out right now. We got Alexx Media here and Chin here. Chin is our edit today. I got to give a huge shout out to the Fighter and the Kid. Right now we're recording at the Fighter and the Kid studios. A huge shout out to Brendan Schaub. I hit him up. I was like, bro, do you guys rent your studio? How can we get a studio out here? I got to give the people a Flagrant episode while I'm out here. And he's like, yo, I got you. Here's my boy Chin's number. He's mad Korean. That's what he said. He's mad Korean. He got you. And Chin is here, and he is not as Korean as I thought, but Korean nonetheless. And he is taking care of us. So thank y'all so much. Thanks, Brian, as well, for hooking this up. Chin, can we get a little help with my man Cipha? He's struggling with the.
What's wrong? It's fine.
You sure you got it?
Yeah. Can you
All
hear
right,
me?
bet. Boom.
Yeah.
So, Cipha,
Check.
there is no Rihanna without Cipha Sounds.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
True or false? Don't get bashful on me now, Cipha.
No.
Talk to me like it's the end of the night. A show.
But let me
we
tell you,
just
I don't talk.
That's why you
like
under.
You talk.
That's why you
fine.
under.
That's fine.
So don't be mad about being under.
You're mad about it. I'm not
I am
mad about it.
I want you
I'm
to
not
get your
mad about
shine.
it. I want my shine, but also I didn't
Let me be your umbrella.
I didn't create
Ella.
I didn't create Rihanna's talent. You know what I'm saying? I didn't create her looks and her singing ability and her on stage performance, all that good stuff.
You noticed it.
With Rihanna, there's different stories for different people. With Rihanna, I broke her.
You broke her.
First one to ever play any of her music ever.
Is Cipha Sounds.
Yes, ever. The world, I can't say, I'm a very real person.
Fuck that.
I can't say,
Puff your chest, son.
Yeah, puff my chest.
Puff your fucking chest.
I can't say.
Be more Jamaican, bro.
I can't say Rihanna, no one else would have played her if I didn't, but I did play her
She'd be
first.
selling fish cakes in Barbados right now if it wasn't for you, okay? SOS was a song for you to notice her.
No, it was
you
way
picked
before
up on that
SOS.
SOS.
No,
You was
way
before
before.
SOS?
Yeah, SOS is after.
Pon de Replay?
On the replay.
You broke Pon de Replay?
I'm the DJ in the video. Yeah, I'm the DJ.
Okay. You notice Rihanna.
Yeah.
How do you notice her? Are you guys
That's
even
what I'm saying. She
taking
was-
in what I'm just saying right now? Rihanna's only existence. Rihanna's the lawsuit Rihanna put on her father is your fault.
Oh, I didn't even know about that.
You didn't know she sued her dad for $20 million.
For $20 million?
Yeah, for using her name that is his name.
Hilarious.
Yeah, but you made that name a thing.
No, I helped.
Okay, how do you see her? What happens?
No,
Where are you?
She was signed to these guys, these producers.
Right.
And Cardinal.
Shout out to Cardi.
Cardinal's manager, Mr. Morgan, had a relationship with her manager. And there was this young girl, and they wanted to see if I could, like, listen to her music and see if it was worth anything. You know, people always wanted my opinion for the radio and for the different labels I worked at.
Why you think they want your opinion? Because you're the fucking truth, Cipha.
Yeah.
You're the fucking truth.
Yeah, she. And and I went to go listen to it, and I loved it.
I want to kick him right in his face.
Yeah, because I'm a humble person.
Stop it. Let me pick you up. We're gonna get to your fuck ups, but let me celebrate because there's a glaring fuck up on your record. Glaring,
major fuck ups.
Like the most major fuck up of all fuck ups.
Yeah,
is on your
billion
record.
of them.
No, the biggest.
We
know which one it is.
But listen, if I'm gonna do it, I do it right.
Oh,
if I'm gonna fuck up all the way.
Yeah, you're not under there. You over.
Yeah,
you over on your fuck ups.
Yeah.
And we're gonna get to it and say, I think Alex might know what the glaring fuck up is. Yeah. Don't say it though. Hold it. Just hold it in the tuck.
Yeah.
Okay, so Rihanna, you hear the music. What's the song?
Upon the Replay.
That's the one.
Yeah.
You
Those are other songs too.
But that's the one that touched your soul.
Yeah.
And you're like,
especially me, because I'm known in those days to break a lot of Caribbean music.
Except Haitians. Why do you hate them still?
I don't hate Haitians. I love Haitians. I love everybody else.
Yo, Cipha, you were almost out of there. Cipha was one of the first victims of cancel culture.
Yeah.
Like, if you really want to talk about cancel culture, getting people out of there, but this wasn't people on Twitter. It was people in Miami with machetes. Yeah. It was real Haitians. It was Ace Hood's uncles were coming after you.
Yeah.
And
it wasn't really, it wasn't really.
Because you said all Haitian women have AIDS. What did you say exactly?
I didn't say any of that. I didn't say any of that.
What'd you say exactly? What'd you say?
It's been so long, I don't even remember.
Yeah, all right. You lying ass motherfucker.
I don't remember what I said.
Speak truth to me, Cipha. What happened? What'd you say on the radio?
I thought we were talking about Rihanna.
Listen, we gonna get there. It's all part of it. It's a mixture.
I don't remember exactly what it was. I said I don't.
Just think about your life, pon to replay it, and then tell me what you said to the Haitians.
I didn't say anything to the Haitians.
Okay. What'd you say?
Something was. It was a conversation on the radio, and this girl K Fox, who was my co-host.
Shouts to K Fox. Love K Fox.
She was on the radio, and she said she was at an event the night before with Wyclef's sister, who's a good friend of hers. And it was an event for, this is a long time ago. It was an event for, I believe, Virgin, like Richard Branson was doing something to prevent AIDS and other things in Haiti. And she had these condoms from the event.
Yeah.
They were like Virgin condoms that they were giving out in Haiti. And she threw one at me for whatever reason, I don't remember. And I said, I don't remember exactly the words. I didn't say what they said I said.
Right. What they say you said?
They said I said, I don't sleep with Haitian women because they have AIDS. I never said that.
Why don't you sleep with them?
I said I don't sleep. I basically said I don't need this condom because I don't sleep with other. I was in a relationship.
Right.
That's all I said.
Right.
But it was like, the news was like, Cipha Sounds says Haitian women have AIDS.
Right.
I was like, what the fuck? And here's the thing. You want to know the truth?
Yeah.
If you want to know the truth.
I do.
Okay.
They do have AIDS.
I'll tell you the truth. Here's the deal. The reason why it sparked so much controversy is because K Fox told the people from the event to listen to the radio for a shout out.
Oh, shit.
So they were on high alert. Then, here's the shit that people don't fucking realize.
Yeah.
They thought Rosenberg said it. So they were like, fried a Jew. Right? They were going, because they were like, Rosenberg. This is when Facebook was like new, and it was that was the social media at the time.
Right.
Before it was social media, it was social network.
Right.
And they were on the people listening, which there was tons of Haitians listening because of that event the night before. And K Fox was shouting them out. They were like, Rosenberg just dissed us. Get him.
Right.
And they started calling the radio station, and Facebook went crazy. Then it got down, this is after the show, and it was like, oh no, I said that because she threw a condom at me, which you can't see. There's no cameras.
Right.
This is in the radio days.
Right.
So they were like, oh, Cipha Sounds said it, who is a Haitian ally. But they were like, well,
that's conflicting now
but they didn't care because the oil was already the oil was bubbling.
Right.
Well, they like, somebody got to get in this oil.
Right.
Somebody got to get in here. So it was like, all right, fuck it, get them. So
Rosenberg threw you under the bus.
Rosenberg didn't. Yeah, they just thought it was him. I mean, yeah.
So, but this isn't just at the time. This isn't just you have problems online. This was a time where there could also be problems
in the streets. Yeah, I had problems in the streets.
You had to go make sure shit is cool.
Yeah, which was easy. All this happened very quickly.
And you didn't lose your job.
No, I got suspended.
Right.
I got suspended, but here's the thing that saved me. I went on air hours after it happened and apologized.
Right.
So then there was a news story. I was on every news channel, every local news, every newspaper, whatever.
Yeah.
Hot 97 DJ says Haitian women have AIDS.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck? I have the clip of what I actually said, right?
Yo, run that back. Give us that clip.
I don't even know where it is anymore. Yeah, I have the clip.
He's probably just like, yo, Haitian women do have AIDS. That's the exact clip.
I have the clip. And the company I worked for at the time was like, don't fight it. Just apologize and let it go away.
Right.
I was like, yeah, but at the time, I don't give a fuck. Even if I said it now, I wouldn't care. But now, at the time, I was so scared of losing my job. They were like, don't play the clip. Don't say anything to anyone. Just apologize and move on with it. Right? So, first day of the news story, Hot 97 DJ says this. Second day of news story is, oh, he already apologized. No third day of news. No, there was a third day of news because they wanted to protest me. So I was like, I'm going to go downstairs and talk to the protesters. And my boss was like, no, don't come in today because we can't have another incident outside the radio station.
Right.
I mean, the 11 protesters that showed up.
Right.
What? It wasn't a protest.
Right.
But so then they were like, all right, we have to suspend you because we have to figure this out. They were calling for blood. And I made all my phone calls. I talked to the gangsters. I talked to the
You talked
scholars.
to the head gangster, the head Haitian gangster.
Yeah, one of them, yeah.
And
in jail. He's in jail for life.
So he's in jail for life, still runs all the Haitian.
A lot, yeah.
And how do you even get him on the phone?
I'm connected with Haitians. I love Haitian people. I love all Caribbean people. I'm Caribbean, and I love Caribbean culture and music, and I have Haitian friends. All my Haitian friends are laughing at this whole situation. Right. Laughing.
Let me just ask you a question. When a white guy gets accused of saying something racist?
Yeah.
What's the first thing he says?
Yeah.
I have black friends. I have black friends.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that's kind of what you're doing right now with these Haitians.
But what if it's true?
What if it's true?
It is true.
Okay, fine. So you talk to the
Cipha
OG.
Sounds.
You talk to the OG.
Yeah.
The OG forgives you.
Oh, I have smaller OGs.
Right.
That was like, oh, let me call the OG. I spoke to him on the phone, and he was like, what happened? What'd you say? And I was like, this is what I said. And he's like, what? That's it? That's what all these headlines and news stories are about? That? He's like, this is crazy. He's like, this is retarded. And he's like, all right, don't worry. I'm going to make a call. You good? So I was like, one call you're going to make and I'm good? He's like, yeah, you good. So that was it. That was to the streets.
Right.
To the streets.
Now to the people.
Now there's organizations coming at me.
Of course, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, that didn't pan out either.
Right. Do you regret apologizing for something that you didn't say?
Yes.
Because I think what happens when you apologize publicly, you just confirm what people think you said.
Yes, I do apologize for that. I mean, I do regret that.
Right.
At the time when I was a loyal Hot 97 soldier slave,
yes,
I wanted to do anything Hot 97 told me to do.
Why do you say soldier slave?
Because I was ignorant to the fact that I was just there. Like, I would have done anything for Hot 97. I was a company man.
Right.
Whatever they said to do, I would have done.
Right.
Even if they fired me, I would have been like, well, that's what my station needed to go on.
Really?
Yeah.
So you were the suicide bomber?
Back then, yeah. Not now.
No, but back then.
Like, I apologize if I hurt anyone's feelings, but I didn't,
You wouldn't apologize for something you didn't say?
I didn't say it. I would have fought my case.
Why were you so devout to Hot 97?
I don't know. That's the way I am, man. I'm just super loyal. Like, it gave me everything. Cipha Sounds,
that was the dream.
The name, yeah, it was a dream. And the name got famous from Hot 97. So I can't, it was the spot.
You felt like you owed them?
I don't feel like I owed them. It was just, I don't know. It was just I'm a super loyal person.
Right.
Then I told this to Charlemagne when I did a show, like, you can't be loyal to a corporation. You're just a number.
Right. They're loyal to profit.
Yeah. You're a number on a sheet.
Right.
And when your number reaches a level where it's not worth it,
right,
you're gone.
Right.
So, but yeah, so I wouldn't apologize for something I didn't say. But they just wanted it to go away.
Fair enough. Okay, so we get past this Haitian thing. You still have Rihanna.
Yeah.
You break Rihanna.
Yep.
You play her on the radio.
Mm-hmm.
You share her music with Jay.
No, they had a meeting with Jay, her manager.
Mm-hmm.
Jay wasn't sold on the idea. Me and him had a discussion that turned into an argument about her.
Really?
Yeah.
And how'd that go?
That's where the gray starts happening, and that's where, when you talk about all this shit about not getting my credit,
yes,
that's where it is.
Talk to me.
Because it was just me and him. And the people that worked for him that now basically own Rock Nation weren't in that conversation that me and him had in the hallway of 4040 Club. And I get erased from the story because no one else knows about that argument that I was yelling at him that I think she's incredible, she's dope. And he was saying, I think it's just one song, like a one hit. I'm like, no, she's incredible. She has other songs, other music. I think she's going to be big. And that was that argument.
And how'd you convince him?
I don't know. I just was, I guess, passion. I was explaining to him like what she is and what she could be. Yeah.
And eventually he just conceded. He was like, all right, fine.
Yeah, like in that hallway?
In that hallway.
Yeah, he was like, you really think, like I'm convincing him, like, you really think she's all that? Like, yeah, like, take a second look or rethink this or understand it could be this, and maybe you're not seeing this angle or this angle. Now, I will say this. I was thinking, I love Caribbean music, so it was more of a Caribbean thing to me.
Right.
Eventually, she just went straight pop.
Right.
Which I was not happy about, but whatever.
But it worked out.
Business, yeah.
Now, is there a part of you that wishes that you got a piece of whatever she's done?
Yeah, of course.
Why didn't you?
A couple reasons. One, I got a job out of it. Like, from that conversation with Jay, he's like, this kid has passion. He knows what he's talking about. I'm going to hire him. That's how I got my A&R job at Rockefeller.
Right.
From her and Damian Marley.
Right.
So he's like, this kid is on the pulse of what's going on, especially Caribbean. Damian Marley, before he was really known, Welcome to Jam Rock, I broke that record too. And Rihanna. And he was like, oh, this kid knows some shit.
You broke the Welcome to Jam Rock?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Definitely.
Really?
Yeah. Sean Paul was through me. Welcome to Jam Rock.
Hold on. You broke Sean Paul?
Yes.
Which song?
Give Me the Light.
I'm learning new shit today.
Yeah,
I had my list of guys that you broke.
I brought Sean Paul to every different label to get him signed. Because the reason why Sean Paul, to me, could have been a superstar, which he did.
He was a superstar.
Yeah, what I saw in him was I love reggae music. I love dancehall music. Sean Paul was good looking, and you could understand his words more than
the average reggae artist.
Yeah, the reggae artists are talking hardcore patois, Jamaican slang.
Yes.
And I saw, whenever I did DJ, like more Latin parties, like they love all the dancey reggae. Maybe
not fucking with the
hardcore
Bantan,
shit,
that kind of shit.
Right. So Sean Paul would always rip in the Spanish club. So I'm like, okay, this guy, he kind of looks Puerto Rican a little bit. He's light skinned.
I thought he was white.
He can cross over into other worlds. And then Give Me the Light came out, and I was like, this. So I brought him to all the labels. And the reason why he didn't get a deal through me is because the label he was kind of signed to, which is VP Records, has all the Jamaican artists at one point. Like they're like, it's a weird situation, but they didn't want to let him go. So then eventually Atlantic did a distribution deal with VP.
Through VP.
Yeah.
So you get cut out.
Yeah, I get cut out.
Once again.
But I wasn't trying to get cut in. I was trying to get Sean Paul a situation. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not saying you weren't in it for good intentions, but
yeah, I was young and dumb.
Right.
The guy, I'll tell you later on. But anyway, so I got a job out of it. Right. And then also Rihanna asked me to be her DJ. But I didn't do it because I was so loyal to Hot 97.
Hold on. So you say no to Rihanna with being her personal DJ?
Yeah. I should have went.
Not necessarily.
For what I wanted to do in life, I should have went.
What was that?
Like I'd rather travel and rock audiences than what I thought I wanted to do was sit in a dark room every day and talk to nobody.
Right.
I love the radio. Don't get it twisted.
Yeah.
But I was more of I like traveling.
You were caught up in the whirlwind that was Hot 97.
Yeah.
And you're wrapped up in that culture, and everybody there wants to have a morning show. So you start thinking, I should have a morning show. That's the goal. It's like the
goal was Flex's show.
Regardless which show.
Yeah.
The idea is like, as a comic, you get caught up in that world. You start thinking, well, I should have a sitcom.
Right.
Even if you don't really, truly want the sitcoms, because everyone around you wants it.
Correct.
So that's you. You're like, I want to have Flex's show because Flex is God, and I'm close to God.
Oh, I thought I was training to do Flex's show, which I was.
Right.
But then I realized he was never leaving.
So you're going to have to take it. You got to take power. You don't get power.
Yeah, you got to take power. So then, the morning show was next.
So boom, you could have been way happier with Rihanna, but whatever. It doesn't matter. Sean Paul also could have had this deal. Then you get a piece another time where...
Yeah. Are you trying to depress me in this conversation?
Maybe it's something we go down. Maybe it's something we come up. You know what I mean? I didn't know about the Damian Marley.
Yeah, Damian Marley. It's funny. I went to SNL to hang out when Jay-Z was performing.
Yes.
Like when last year when 444 came out.
Okay.
And then it's funny. I just remember the second song he did was a song with Damian Marley, and he came out, and I'm watching him perform, and I was like, oh shit. I
introduced these guys.
I introduced them to each other. I introduced them to each other in 2000, I want to say 5.
Right.
At backstage at BB King's in New York City.
Right.
Like I literally walked Damian Marley over to Jay-Z, said, Jay, this is Damian Marley.
Yeah.
He's got a hot record out right now. He's dope.
Greatest A&R in the history of the game, Cipha Sounds. Who else?
I don't know.
Who else broke it more? Who's broken more?
A&R wise, there's a lot of A&Rs. You just don't know who they are because they're not also DJs. They're not public figures.
I'll be fair. You're the only A&R I know. But that being said, I'm rocking with you're the best A&R in history.
No.
Let's name the hits.
No.
Rihanna, Sean Paul, right? Who else?
What?
Cuckoo Cow. Bro.
What? Cuckoo Cow.
Yo, you know Cuckoo Cow? Who?
Alexx Media.
Alexx Media, you broke Alexx Media. We're going to get there. We're going to get there. No, because that's the later part of your life. I just need people to understand the greatness that is Cipha Sounds. I'm not out here celebrating Alex, how many people I celebrate?
Not many.
I don't celebrate many.
I've come to the fact.
Don't come to no facts yet. Let me just, let me build you up for a second, okay? I'm just saying, I think that you have greatness. Can I tell you who was one of the people in the comedy industry that showed me love before anybody else?
Cipha Sounds?
Some of the first major stages I performed on in New York City was Cipha Sounds, Don't Get Gas comedy series. Mm-hmm. You saw something in me, apparently. I don't even know how you saw me first.
Kim?
Maybe it was Kim Handwacker was like, yo, you got
Handwacker.
Try. Shouts to Kim.
Yep.
What a name.
And say what?
What a name.
Yeah.
Handwacker? Yeah. She's very Korean.
Yeah. So, yeah, she actually is Korean, but she's adopted, right?
She's adopted.
She's adopted. But yeah, so and then you kept on throwing me on these shows. You kept on putting me on.
Yep. I have a gift.
You have a gift.
Talent. I see talent. I see potential. I see people's
people react to stuff
early. I see it early.
For example, with me, tell me what happened.
I don't know. Like, yeah. Like most comedians, I love all comedians, a lot of comedians, but you had a different swag. You had a real New York attitude, which is now the Andrew Schulz we know, fully developed.
Right.
But I saw it like early on, like, oh, he don't sound like everyone else. Or like, I don't ever get shocked by anything or offended, but I can see people like reacting to what you would say, even back then.
Right.
And I'm like, oh, that's dope. And then also I noticed like some people like bookers sometimes wouldn't like that type of comedy or whatever. I'm like, it's not your business to like, you put comedians on that get laughs and work and you know what I mean? Like,
so you would get pushback if you booked me?
Sometimes, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
From who?
I don't remember whoever the club owner was or the club, whatever, something.
Motherfuckers trying to hold me back, man.
But also, then you have, I think you had like a manager that you stopped working with.
Yeah.
And then maybe it wasn't directly said to me, but they were like, kind of like, oh, he uses Andrew Schulz, maybe don't do his show to other comics, maybe they manage, something like that. Like there was some kind of like, and then I'm just like, wait, hold on, that's what the game is? Like, you don't like somebody, so you tell other people don't fuck with them? I'm like, oh, this is the music. I'm back in the music game. It's the same shit.
Wait, so what were they saying? They were saying, since you fuck with me, people shouldn't fuck with you?
Maybe like some of their other comics that they manage shouldn't do my show.
Wow.
Yeah, something like that. I forget who it was.
They were very, very salty. Cringe Humor was the name of the brand.
Cringe Humor? Oh, yeah, that's who it was?
Yeah, the Stand Comedy Club. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even realize that was the same people.
Yeah, they were.
Oh yeah, you're right.
They were some scumbags. They didn't steal money, but like the reason I fired them is because I got booked by a friend to do a festival. Shout out to Tyler Morrison in Canada. He's a buddy of mine, but I gave it to my managers because I was being, like you said, a good company man.
Yeah.
You'll take care. Hey guys, here's this gig that's coming in. I'm making money for us, aren't I?
Right.
You're so happy you have representation. Yeah. You want to like prove to them that they made the right decision. And they called the booker for the festival, and they said, "Hey, Andrew can't make it, but we got Rich Voss." And he said, "Are you sure Andrew can't make it?" And they're like, "Yeah, we're sure, but we got Rich Voss. If you want to have him, he's more expensive, but we got Rich Voss." Right? My boy hits me up like, "Yo, these guys are saying you're not available. Are you sure you're available?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm available. Like, I'll show you this email. They're showing or not." And the reason they never said anything, public, is because I have the emails.
Right.
So if they come public, then it's like,
right.
They represent other people. It's like, I'm not the only person they're going to do that to.
Right.
And everybody who ever joins them in any way, shape, or form, leaves
crazy.
them. Yeah, I mean, they had everybody coming up, and then they all left. Like when you had Pete Davidson left. Like they had a lot of guys that were popping. But to their credit, they did let me do an audition for a comedy show. I forget what it was, some kind of showcase that was at their club, and they didn't have to do that.
Recently?
Maybe a couple years ago.
Oh, but like way after that.
It was way after that. They didn't have to do that. So maybe they've changed their ways, but I don't fuck with them. That's why I don't go to that club in New York. But anyway, it's crazy to see that kind of stuff does happen.
But I see talent all types of ways, like not just musical talent, like people like you. Then like a lot of shit. Drewski,
right.
Drewski was my intern. Bobby Trends. These are all popping DJs in New York. Like
yeah, I remember you talking about Drewski.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I just have a gift for it. And I don't know. I guess I don't have the business side of it.
But your business isn't stupid. You're not stupid with business. You're not stupid with money.
Not at all.
Yeah, I think you're good with business.
I don't feel right. I don't know. I don't feel right signing somebody to me. And then you own a piece of them. Like
it's a odd feeling. Now, I don't feel right with it.
Now here's the thing. I give back to whoever put me on. I always give back.
So you expect other people to do it?
I expect it and I don't get it enough.
And they don't do it.
I don't get it enough. One time I gave Flex a bag. A literal brown bag from a grocery store.
How much?
I wanted it to look like a drug deal.
How much?
I gave 10 stacks.
So you gave him $10,000
in a bag.
In a bag.
And I handed it to him like The Sopranos.
Yeah.
And I was like, this money means nothing to you.
But it means...
You made 10 stacks last night.
You're right.
Means nothing. But it's a token of my appreciation because I don't know what to buy you. You could buy whatever you want for yourself. But I've taken money that I've made over the years and put it on the side, and here's a piece. If you think I should give you more, I'll give you more. But this is one of my tokens of appreciation. And he's cracking up, laughing. He's like, what is this, a setup? He has like, you got cameras around? Am I on punk? You know what I'm saying? But then he was like, yo, that's really cool. Like, he's like, I'm going to buy my kids a jungle gym. Like, you know, like, I'll do something for my kids because you like.
Right.
But yeah, I don't give a, and it wasn't like I could spare 10 grand.
Right. Nah, this was an important
But it doesn't
10
matter.
grand. Yes.
If I got to give money to the government, I got to give money to my OG. Like, if he want, he doesn't even want money, but it was just like, I don't know what else to get you. I don't know what else to get you.
It's not about how much money it is to him. It's about how much money it is to you.
Yeah.
And I think that a person in his position would probably understand that.
Yeah.
And he probably has never received that type of gratitude.
Never.
That's an important thing. Like, I try to shout out the people who have taken care of me on the way up as much as possible.
Yeah.
Because it's easy to forget the people that gave you shots.
Yeah, it's a lot.
And you were one of those
people.
You
ever saw Dame Dash arguing with Lee Daniels? You ever seen that Instagram clip?
Yeah.
That shit hits my soul.
Talk to me.
Just like the dude gave you money to start whatever film project or whatever, and now you're this,
and you didn't pay him back.
Yo, amnesia is what I hate the most.
Success amnesia.
The amnesia shit, yo.
Because when you're not successful, motherfuckers remember everything.
Yeah, everything.
Like, your memory is clear.
Yeah.
As that, like, you know exactly how many times you've met Rihanna since you put her on, and she didn't have a brown bag for you.
No, but I don't expect it.
Nah, but how much would you love it? Even if it was Barbadian money.
What is that?
Some pineapples on there, some shit.
Man,
you wouldn't mind a check, a Fenty check?
Would love a check. Would love a
high five, a dap, a thank you.
She gave daps.
She did give daps.
Oh yeah.
And she tried to make you the DJ. She tried to put you on in that regard.
And the guy I put on to be her DJ is like really still good friends with her. Max Glazer.
Got you.
I said, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I can't do it. Here's my brother.
Yeah.
Let him make that money. Let him go on the road.
Yeah.
Do all the shit, You
wish Jay cut you a little check from that?
I mean, yeah.
Should he have cut you a check?
Rihanna
made a lot of money.
There was a lot of other people involved. Maybe not a check from that.
What about a one-time check? Not like you get a piece, but...
A one-time? Yeah, that would have been good.
Nice little $50K.
Yeah.
How about an invite to the Rock Nation brunch? That's easy?
I always get, though. I don't
You heard that? You heard that, Duce Palooza? I mean, Henny Palooza. You heard that, Duce Palooza? That's easy. Rock Nation brunch.
I didn't do it. I was supposed to DJ it last year.
Oh, you were too busy?
No, they told me I had to wear a suit and shoes.
You see that? You would have worn a suit and shoes.
I said I was going out. I went out to buy a suit.
Right.
But I wasn't going to wear shoes. I don't wear shoes. And they were like, yo, you got to wear shoes. You got to be dressed up. And I'm like, and they're like, you can't bring anybody. I'm like, what is this?
Oh, they said you couldn't bring anybody.
Yeah.
Do you think you could have gotten like your 4 best friends in?
No, I probably could have got 2. Don't bring anyone means bring 2.
Is that what it is?
Yeah. Why? I'm not into that shit. I don't know. If you know me and you want me a part of, if you know me, You know I don't wear shoes. I'm gonna wear some fly kicks. I'm gonna look right. I'm not gonna look bummy.
Right.
But I don't wear shoes.
Right.
So I don't care. Whatever. I don't care. What does it do if you're there or not? What does it do?
I'm busting some people's balls who
I know, I get that part, but I'm saying,
it.
but what do you do if you're there? Like, I love everybody. I know a lot of people that go there. There's opportunities where I'm around all those people. Like,
Yeah.
why do I have to be at the dick sucking fest? Like,
It is a dick sucking brunch.
oh, it's crazy.
Yeah.
But some people are into that.
Dick sucking.
I don't know. Literally, I'm talking figuratively.
Yeah, but figurative, they like a nice dick
They
sucking.
love, like, people want to be
If
a
you
part of that.
dying to be at the Rock Nation brunch, you dying.
Let me tell you,
to
the
suck some
guy
dick.
I was supposed to DJ with, this DJ,
loves dick
Ross
sucking?
One.
Yeah.
Right? Great dude.
Right.
He DJs all of them. He did the one this year.
Yeah.
And I hit him. I said, yo, I'm not going to go. They want me to dress up. He's like, he's right. What? What do you mean? And then not one Instagram picture did I see him in it. Right? Except his Instagram.
Right.
The pictures that come out, he's not in it.
Yeah, he didn't make the JPEG.
Right?
He didn't make the Diddy.
So what's the point?
Yeah.
If you're doing it for the, you know what I'm saying, for the look. And then also the DJ booth is in a fucking little corner, and like no one's even listening to the music. It's all about music is secondary, maybe thirdary, whatever
Right.
word that is, like
Right.
tridary.
Tertiary.
Yeah, tertiary. Thank you.
Yeah.
Like, that's not what I want to do. I don't want to be a jukebox.
Yeah. You resent that.
What?
The position the DJ has. I feel.
Now?
Yeah.
It's horrible.
It's
horrible.
an issue I see, like when we talk and we interact.
Yeah.
It's the fact that the DJ is not valued, that they're not the ones that are running the party.
Yes.
Talk to me.
But it's the DJ's fault.
Well, that's we can get into a little bit because I don't necessarily feel that way.
Okay.
I don't think it's the DJ's fault. I think the club doesn't value DJs.
DJs had control at one point.
Right.
And because they're fat, lazy pieces of shit that wake up at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, gave the control away.
Talk to me.
The era, the 90s, the DJ was everyone followed the DJ. People went
came
to parties
to the DJ.
for the DJ.
Like techno, which they still do today.
Yeah.
Tiesto somewhere,
Yeah.
boom, people
Yeah.
showing up.
Or the people, some DJs still have it, like Camilo.
Okay.
Wherever Camilo goes, he has a tribe following him.
Okay.
But DJs were the draw, and then their man was like, yo, handle the guest list shit. Or, you be the promoter.
Yeah.
And then then the promoters have no talent, right? They have no talent. They just have either hustle skills or...
So it used to be DJ brings the people.
Yeah.
Transition to promoter brings the people. And once the club had to start paying promoters to fill the place, they didn't have money to pay DJs. So it was anybody who had Serato, just go up there and play some music.
Oh, yeah,
for a few hours.
there's a lot of steps before that, but yeah.
But more or less.
Yeah. Yeah, DJs now, like the promoter became the reason girls went to the club.
Right.
Like, promoter calls you up, makes you feel
Yes.
special. Come to my...
Yes.
Then it became tables. They'll come to my table, come to my booth. And then it all turned
The whole
into
thing
that.
is staged. But you're saying there was a time when you were coming up where it was, if you were a poppin' DJ,
Yeah.
the bitches would come out,
Yeah.
the dudes would come out, right?
Yeah.
And that was the party. And if
Yeah,
you
like
weren't
if
there, nobody's coming out.
Yeah, there was parties I did where sometimes the party would be like 500, 600 people.
Yeah.
And when I came through, it was 1,000 to 1,500 people. You know what I'm saying? When I was hired to do that party.
Right.
So it was like they were coming to see me.
What would a DJ get back in the day?
New York City party like that weekend, you could get anywhere like, I remember I topped off like, maybe I was getting like 4 stacks, 4, sometimes 5, but like 3, 35, 4,000.
And now DJs are getting $250.
Yeah, it depends, but yeah, a lot.
I mean, I'm talking about like at legit clubs too.
Yeah.
Like you go to Avenue or One Oak or these
Yeah.
type of things. It's a buddy of the promoter or
Yeah,
a buddy
now,
of the
yeah.
owner.
Yeah, it's crazy now.
You're not making a living doing that.
Not great, but the only thing is that those clubs, it's complicated. Those clubs have a lot of big clientele, And if you work it right,
then you could work in their private parties. And
but then that's all those DJs you see that do One Oak and all them stuff. And then all of a sudden you see them in Dubai, shit. You know what I'm saying? It's because they were at One Oak on a poppin' night. Did they do anything that crazy? Most of the time, no. There are some skilled DJs. Like that kid, Ross One, he's a dope DJ, right? I went out to One Oak one night, and I hang out with Michael Che a lot when we go out.
Yeah.
And he always looks at me and laughs because he knows I'm listening to the DJ like on a
different level,
like a research type level.
Yeah.
And he taps me, goes, "How's this guy?" And I'm going, "Yo, this guy's pretty good actually."
That's fun.
And then
that's what I did to you in San Diego, right?
Huh?
I did the exact same thing. Yeah.
And then like a half an hour later, I realized it was Ross One. I was like, oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because usually there's DJs that, I mean, they play the right songs, but it's a different style now. It's a different style. They're all over the place. So they're also like, it's not really dancing anymore. It's like kind of like just bopping.
What you mean?
Nobody's dancing, like really dancing, like feeling it in their soul. They're just kind of like, if you're at a table, you're not even dancing. And then if you're a girl who didn't make it to a table yet, you're just on the floor, kind of just like
waiting,
moving a little bit. Yeah.
There's something I've seen you do. You were opening up for me in San Diego. We just did shows. Thanks to everybody in San Diego came out. That was dope. Some of you might have been at the shows where the DJ equipment worked.
Yeah.
Which were the Friday shows.
Yes.
And, you know, Cipha and I have been trying to build this thing with the live show where there's like a music component to it. And Cipha does this thing that I want you to do more of.
Yeah.
Which is in a similar way that, like, you know, Bo Burnham used music for his stand-up and Reggie Watts used music for his stand-up. You DJ and kind of infuse jokes into it. Yeah. I don't want to give away what it was, but... Yeah. You had, I think it was maybe the first show. The first or the second show? First show.
First one Friday was the Rockets.
You had that shit fucking going.
Yeah.
And this is what was interesting about it. The layman's person, which is me when it comes to music, right? In my mind, I'm just like, okay, play the hit. We dance to the hit. We keep it moving. It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
Right? You understand a rhythm with music. It's kind of similar to stand-up.
Yeah.
Like tension, release, build, break, you know. Surprise, push. And I remember saying to you afterwards, I was like, oh, I get it. I get it now, and I get what this can be.
Yeah.
And I didn't even think the energy fit my show, to be honest with you.
Right.
But it was so valuable what I saw. I was like, this can be something. Mm-hmm. We can build this into something. When you start doing stand-up, is that what you're trying to recreate?
When I started doing stand-up?
Yeah, like, you know what it's like to smash. Very few people start stand-up, right? Knowing what it's like to kill.
Right.
It's like a rock musician going into stand-up.
Yeah.
You know what it's like to murder a crowd.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I never really sat and broke it down like that. That makes a lot of sense. But I will tell you this. When I started doing stand-up, I moved quickly because I already know how to get on a stage, have presence, talking to a microphone,
right,
and read a room. That's one of my biggest gifts is I could go into any room as a DJ and be like, oh, this is like some stuffy corporate shit. All right, let me go into this crate. Or this is some real hood Jamaican shit. Let me go into this crate. So I did the same thing with stand-up. Like, I look out and be like, oh, this is kind of like bridge and tunnel, corny suburban people.
Right.
Which, you know, let me not do these jokes. Let me do these jokes.
Right.
And I read the room. Or also, that's why I'm such a good host, because the last comedian smashes high energy. The next comedian is very funny, but maybe a little low energy.
So you got to bring it down.
I know how to come on real big. Yo, give it up for that guy. And then, you know, things are happening. And then here we go, give it up for this guy. And it's like that guy comes right into like his level of energy that he needs.
Right.
Or gal. Sorry, excuse me. Mm-hmm. Ladies are funny too.
See?
And get into their shit.
See how we got Cipha bragging? See how we got Cypher bragging? He was out here
son.
talking about how he wasn't shit in the
I'm the
beginning.
best host
I'm
in
a
the world.
great host. I didn't say that. You know what I mean?
I'm a great host.
I'm not gonna lie. You killed it, bro. You killed it.
I'm gonna tell you something though.
Yeah.
Being a great host is part of the problem you were talking about earlier, because I care so much about the show that I will relinquish my level of notoriety to make sure the show's going well. Right?
Yes.
The show's running late. I'll go up on stage. I wanted to do a joke, but I won't do it because it's going to take too much time, and I got to keep the show moving.
Yeah.
That's a selfless act.
Right.
Where most people that are famous do selfish acts.
Right.
Now, I'm not saying in a bad way. I'm just saying, like, I'm on stage. I need to get the laugh from me.
Right.
I care too much about the show where I'm worried about time and all that.
Right.
And that's, I think, one of my problems.
No, that's what makes you a good host, and that's why people want to have you do it, and they want to work with you.
I'm a great person.
Say
I'm
again?
a great host. I'm a great person. But it's slowing up my process.
It might be stunting your growth, but it might not be, because you're offered opportunities that you wouldn't get if you were selfish.
That's true.
Like if I brought someone on the road, right, and every time they opened for me, they went long because they were fucking killing, have a good time. Like I'd be like, I don't need you. Like one of the things that I loved about the San Diego show is you really made it feel like a show, and you made them feel like they were excited for this event that was happening that I was going to headline.
And
You
also,
built
if you
it up.
notice, I have my jokes. I have a stand-up set that I do.
Yeah.
But if you really paid attention, which I don't do for anyone else, in between some of my jokes, I'm like, I know you want this fucking asshole to come out.
Right.
I'm doing 20 minutes. Every 5, 6 minutes, 3, 4, 5, 6 minutes, I'm letting you know, I know this is an Andrew Schulz show.
Right.
I know you paid tickets to see Andrew Schulz, and I'm letting you know it's coming soon. Like,
Yeah.
yo, the energy got to be right before I bring this fucking asshole out.
Yeah.
And then I don't normally call people I work with an asshole.
Right.
But for you, it's like I cater my shit to the asshole army,
Yeah.
to the flagrant crowd. Then I was doing jokes I don't normally do because they're like extra flagrant. Right?
Right.
Or I'd have some dirty jokes like eating pussy.
Right.
I usually do that on the late shows.
Ooh, yeah.
Uh-oh. But I know it's an asshole army crowd, so I'll do it on the early show.
Right. You could do whatever you want.
And one time I said a joke and the crowd was like, ooh. I was like, what? You know what he's about to say?
That was great.
Don't ooh me. Don't ooh me.
Yeah.
But then it's like, oh yeah, but it's subtle. I know where I am. You know what I'm saying? I know where I am. The way I open for you is not the way I open for Chappelle or open for Che or open for fucking whoever I do shows with.
Yeah.
It's for Michelle Wolf is a whole different thing.
Right.
Ladies, you know what I'm saying? It's time to, not over overtly saying it, but it's like, women empowerment time is coming, like shit like that. Like,
maybe you shouldn't do all that.
Why not?
Maybe I agree with you. Maybe what makes you such a good host takes away from defining what is safe.
But what if?
Because when I go into a place, it don't matter what the fuck it is. I'm doing my act, and they got to get on my level.
Right
now, I'll adjust energy to get them on my level. If they back off on a certain joke, I'll double down on it to let them know this is my show.
Yeah.
You're on board of my show. I'm not coming into your living room. You're in my living room. It's one of the reasons why I don't even like doing the like shows at like bars and that kind of shit like that. Is because you're in their house. I'm not a guest in your house. You're a guest in my house.
Right.
You know what I mean? And if you're not part of asshole army, if you're not part of this, if you're just someone who happened to just come on to the show, you're a secondary guest.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because the squad is here.
Yeah, but that's
and you
your
walked
shows,
in on it.
That's your shows that you headline that people come to see you. What if you're doing just a regular showcase show with
see me?
5 other comedians?
You see, I do me.
No, I know.
You know, the energy is kept.
Right.
And some people might even say to my detriment, but I don't believe that because to me, the kill is not more valuable than the curation. Right? So for me, I'd rather do shittier working on a joke that I really believe in than murder on a joke that I know is done. That being said, I'm not, and I've never have been asked to like open for a comic on the road. Like nobody's ever brought me on the road. Lil Duval, first time in my career, after I'm already headlining around the world, asked me to do a few dates. And that's the homie.
Right.
And he, you know, it's just like,
that's interesting. No one ever asked you to.
No one's ever asked me to open for them. No one's ever asked me to, you know, host for them, that kind of shit. I mean, like, look, maybe it's happened like way early in my career or something like that. But even early on, there was always like something that was, there was a little give and take, that kind of situation.
Yeah,
but
that's true.
But I get it. It's like,
could you host a show?
Yeah, I mean, I could if I really started to work that muscle and go back to doing that. And you know, there's been part of me that's like, if I want to do like a monthly show or something like that, I should work that muscle because it's a good, strong muscle to have.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like, they know that when I go on, I'm trying to bury them.
Right.
I'm not, like, I remember when I would host in the city at Eastville, my goal was to bury the first act. My goal, whoever I brought up, I wanted them to bomb. Like I wanted that motherfucker, or like for the first few energy, because you know where that came from? I would follow Mike Britt. Shouts to Mike Britt.
Yeah.
Mike Britt was my fucking, I mean, he's what made, two guys made me a man in stand-up. Maybe three. Mike DiStefano, R.I.P.
Yep.
Mike Britt, David Tell. I'd follow Mike Britt hosting at Eastville.
Yeah.
And he was so fucking incredible as a host.
Yeah.
He was so engaging and he was so conversational, but he also had jokes and he would murder. And then I would go up and I was just doing a worse version of him and the audience knew it. You know what I mean? So it really made me break it down and start to understand, like, I would go up, I'd be like, okay, what is he doing? Okay, I need to start really strong because the second they look at me, they don't even believe in me. Now I know that. I got to start with a strong joke right away to establish. Now I'm funny too. You know what I mean? Like, you could feel them longing for him when he walked off stage as a host.
Yeah.
Host, people don't even, right now people listening don't even know how hard being a host is.
Yeah.
It's so hard.
Yeah, we're super inside comedy right now.
Yeah. So it's like, but being a host is so hard because you have to congeal the crowd. You have to bring everybody together. The crowd they're still getting drinks. There's so many things happening in the room.
Your first set as a host is
trash.
Ridiculous.
But Mike was so amazing at like going in and out of crowd work and going in and out of bits and flawlessly, seamlessly doing both. You didn't even know if he wasn't making it up on the spot or not.
Yeah.
And he made me get so strong just so I remember looking at the lineup a few days before the weekend. I'd be like, who's hosting? Fuck, Britt is up.
Yeah.
Fuck. But at the same time, I was like, okay, I got to do it. I got to do it. That was one. And then David Tell. What David Tell showed me was it's more than jokes.
Showed like just watching him, or he told you this?
No, I would follow him because I would close the cellar.
Yeah.
Right? It would do a Tell and then me on the late night spot.
Yeah.
So a Tell would go, and this was for years, and a Tell would go and he'd destroy. And I really started to understand operating on like two levels. He had his personality that was funny, just who he was, the way he would speak. Like even sounds he would make.
Yeah.
And the jokes would come through the personality. And when I would follow someone else, it was easy because the jokes were good. Like I had jokes.
Right.
You know what I mean? But Attell had jokes and personality. And that made me realize, oh, all the jokes got to come through me. Everything has to, and if you watch me now, right, it's like you see me say something, you're like, oh, that's Schulz.
Yeah.
You see the premise that's coming through. I'm not going, what about hot dogs? Here's a funny joke about it.
Yeah.
It's never, I'm not talking about a topic unless it's coming through me. And that was just tanking after Attell until I learned. That's what people are so afraid to bomb, or like they're so afraid to like go out of their comfort zone. It's like that's where you find out who you are.
Yeah.
So for you, I'd say like the selfish part of me is, rock the show like you did and get everything going. But at a certain point in time, and I told you the same thing this week, I was like, that thing that you have a thing.
Yeah.
And you need to curate that for you. And eventually it gets so sharp where you could do it in any environment.
Yeah.
Like you could do Michelle Wolf jokes.
I've done it in crazy environments.
What I'm saying is you don't even change the act that much. You could do the Michelle Wolf jokes and the Flagrant 2 jokes in the same spot.
It's not the jokes. The jokes are always there.
It's the energy.
It's the in-between shit.
Right.
Energy's part of it. It's not the jokes. I have the jokes. Those are the jokes. It's the little shit in between. Who am I talking to?
Right.
Your crowd is not the crowd that loved Michelle Wolf because she annihilated the White House Correspondents' Dinner.
Right.
I know what they came to see. I know what your crowd came to see.
Fuck what either of them came to see. You're there. That's what they're seeing.
I don't think it's any different, though.
Make it worthwhile.
But it was worthwhile, though.
No, what I'm saying is, like, it don't matter what they came. My feeling is this. When I walk on stage, it doesn't matter what they came to see. But maybe I have this because I'm so used to walking on stage and people having no fucking clue what I am. You know what I mean? Like, when I walk on stage, they're like, is he Jewish? Is he Italian? Like, what is he? He's from New York. He kind of talks hip hop. What the fuck? So I'm used to the chaos and confusion, right? There's utter confusion if you don't know who I am. Everybody listening right now has known me for 5 years, practically. Right. You know what I mean? So like, they know me intimately. But some random dude, I walk up on stage, back when I had my hair parted. I had so many, my head is fucking Connecticut. My nose is Jewish, right? My accent's Italian. Like, my clothing is hip hop. Like, you don't know what the fuck to expect. If you're like fat and you walk on stage, you can address that.
Right.
And everybody's calm. But for me, there's anxiety.
That's true.
Right? They're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
How do I feel about this guy? So for me, the first joke has always had to, honestly, one of the nicest things about having like a fan base is just being able to go up and be like, all right, I can just talk about wearing blackface. Like, I don't have to introduce you guys to who I am before we get into this fun shit.
Yeah.
Like, I would have to.
We'll probably still have to have shows that are not.
I remember when I would go up on your shows, I think I would say sometimes, like, there'd be like 300 black dudes in the audience and like that. And I'd be like, I was like, wow, it's like 300 black guys here. I'm just this white guy. I feel like a CO. Like, I'd say little shit like that. You know what I mean? Like, you know, and like, what it would do, it wasn't for me, it was for them.
Right.
It would just break it.
Yeah.
They'd be like, oh, okay, he don't give a fuck about offending us. Right. But that was actually a kind of clever thing.
And he gets it, yeah.
Boom. Now we could work.
Mm-hmm. Didn't you tell me something about the spot you did for Duval? Like, something was different, that it was a little humbling?
Oh, yeah. Like, when I did the shows, I mean, Duval's show is just fucking, like, the whole thing is just like a spectacle. But, like, nobody comes on time. So, like, I'm an usher. Like, I'm literally walking, it's a theater. It's not a little comedy club, right? Like, and I asked Duval about it, actually, and I was like, why do people come late to shit they paid for? Like, people always go, black people are late or this, that, the other. And I'm like, everybody's late. Everybody shows up late to work. Everybody shows up late to the movie. Everybody shows up late to everything, right? And then, but what was peculiar about this is they were showing up late to something they paid for.
Right.
They were actively invested in losing money. I did not understand that, right? And then he was like, nah, they want to be seen. They want everybody to see the outfit. They want to see the whatever. And he goes, it's just part of it. So I would go up after the host and 50 people are just walking in. People are getting to the seats. You know what I mean? And it's like, and then I have a decision to make. Do I become the comedic usher where I'm making fun of their jackets and that kind of shit like that? Yeah. Or do I do my shit? And I like doing my bits. And like, that's what I decided to do.
Yeah. Did it work?
Yeah, there were some cities that work better than other. By Columbus, at the third one, I got it. And I was like, okay, this is the energy. You know, you got to.
And why did he ask you to do those shows?
He just asked me to do the first three. You know, I don't know what it was. But
yeah, that's crazy.
That's the homie, man. Like, so I think it was just a cool thing. Maybe he just wanted me to see what it had become.
Yeah.
Because I've been one of these guys that's like telling him he's fucking great for years and like telling him, yo, you got to do theaters. You got to, like, what are you, you doing 9 shows a weekend at a comedy club? Just do the theater. And maybe on some level it was like, hey, bro, we did it. We got, we got to the fucking theater.
Oh, well.
All right, we're going to take a little break for a second. Shout out to one of the greatest sponsors in Flagrant 2 history, Blue Chew. I mean, if you guys are new listeners, get the fuck on board. I don't know what the hell you're waiting for. Blue Chew guarantees that you give your girl, the chick you're trying to impress, the first time you're laying pipe, or your wife of many years, the greatest night of her life. Okay? It's getting you rock hard, 20 minutes or less. You chew that blue pill up, and then you go to town. All right? You know, we don't play around with it. I know they give me a whole script and stuff to talk about with these podcasts, but I feel like we've spoken about Blue Chew on this podcast so much. It's you guys already know the deal, but then again, there could be some brand new listeners who need to treat their wife right. We need to give her that special night. We need to put her in the Heza Sutra, you know, have the squirts going, need to do laundry the next day, make the sheets the way they should be, okay? Here's the reality. It's got the active ingredient from Viagra, Cialis, all those other brands. Okay, you can take it anytime. You chew it right up. They act twice as fast because you can chew it right up. Okay, it's in the system, and then it's fucking go time, and you can get it for free. All you gotta do is pay shipping. You visit BlueChew.com. You get your first shipment free when you use our special promo code Flagrant. That's FLAGRANT. You just pay the $5 shipping. Okay, that's Blue BLUE. Chew, CHEW.com. The promo code is Flagrant. You try it for free. Let us know how it works. Matter of fact, have your girl let us know how it works. You know we love those testimonials. Blue Chew. You know it's the truth. You know we support it. All right? Now let's get back to the show. Man, I could talk to you. The nuance of comedy for hours.
Yeah. This is a sports podcast, right?
We're going to get to
how about those Knicks?
We're going to get to So here's the thing about Cipha, and that's why this one's going to be a little bit different. And I think I got to start doing these kind of like interview conversation series because a lot of people I want to talk directly to.
What time?
But Cipha got a flight to catch too. But we're going to have you good.
8:51.
Yeah, you're straight. So,
fucking Knicks.
No, we're not going to talk about the Knicks.
Pazinga.
You said Cipha hates sports, and I don't want to go at it. He does this stupid fucking thing. Cipha has this weird like games that he plays with people where like you're like on some level you're like no. You know like Impractical Jokers. Obviously, everybody you know them because you DJ for them and stuff like that. But the people listening, like Impractical Jokers, do a joke where everybody knows it's a practical joke and it's a funny thing, and then there's a resolution.
Right.
You have this weird, like, sadistic thing where, like, Cipha has ongoing practical jokes that he's the only one that knows.
And for years.
It's a practical joke.
Yeah.
I was in Boston shooting this thing in Harvard, right? For the Harvard Lampoon, okay? And the guy who designed the Harvard Lampoon building where they all live, the Harvard Lampoon is just like a fucking magazine, like a comedic magazine in Harvard,
from the
right?
70s.
Right. It still goes on today.
Yeah.
And the guy who designed the building designed all these Easter eggs in it, meaning he put flaws hoping people would find it. And one of the main ones is there's like this, I'm trying to think. Imagine, for example, there's this thing behind us. There's like this acrylic or glass setup right here, right? To everybody's watching right now. And imagine like, I'm trying to find a letter, like I, right? Yeah. Imagine both the I's were the same. And all the I's were exactly the same, or the H's. Imagine all the H's were the same, and one just happened to be a little bit different, right? He did that with something on a wall. It was a spiral on a wall, and one piece was a little bit different. It was the opposite way.
Yeah.
And Conan O'Brien noticed it and hacked away at the wall. And inside the wall was a note that said, "Took you long enough."
Wow.
Now these things exist all throughout the place.
Right.
And they're still there and nobody has found them yet. And part of it is trying to find them.
Right.
And funny that Conan actually found that one, right? That's you. You're going to die and you're going to have practical jokes. Dude, he's got a friend of his this weekend, right? Dude, he's got a friend of his this weekend, right? This poor Japanese girl doesn't even speak English, right?
She speaks English.
She didn't used to. Now she's learning English.
Yeah.
He called her up. Only he gets this. It's only for him, his own amusement. This is sick shit, right? He calls her up. He goes, "Hey, I don't have a place to stay. Can I stay with you?" And she goes, "Oh, you should look up some hotels." He goes, "I did, but they're all sold out in all of LA because of the Oscars," right? She goes, "Oh my Lord, you should check out the App Hotel tonight. I looked and there's some options there." And he goes, "I looked and they're all sold out too. I have to stay with you." She's like, "Oh, I can't." He's just continuing doing this
the whole day.
The whole day.
She's like, "Where are you?" I said, "I'm just
walking the streets
of Hollywood with my suitcase."
Bro, we're together the whole day. So every once in a while, he just chuckles to himself. I'm thinking it's a fucking meme or something. I'm thinking it's some funny image on the gram, something funny on Twitter. I go, what? He goes, I just told her we're still walking the streets. I told her I'm at the Scientology building. I'm about to join. Just need a place to stay. Dude, but it's just for him. This is how psycho kids like twist squirrels' heads off their shoulders. You're no different. You're like a good version of Ted Bundy. Like this is just for you.
Yeah. It's great.
But dude, you could die and this poor Japanese chick could think it's her fault. Like if anything happened to you on the way to the airport, she would think it was her fault. Look how much fun he's having. What a fucking weirdo.
I never noticed. Dude. I do that a lot.
All the time, dude. It's your little game.
I do have a lot of those.
I wish we could talk about that other one. That was funny.
What's the other one?
It's San Diego.
What was the other one? I forget in San Diego.
Oh,
A friend in the room.
Oh, yeah.
That's a rough one.
That was fucking hilarious.
No, that was funny. We can say what it was.
Oh, the girl? You talking about the girl?
Yeah.
Yeah, one of your dumbass friends. No, I know this girl. I know this girl.
Sight was tight.
No, it wasn't.
No, he wasn't.
No way.
It was really that game where he was just fucking with her because she thought he was being serious. That
this shit
no
was
way.
Son, this shit was hilarious.
Some girl friend of his is there, and she's like, you know, I don't know, super skinny model, or used to be a model, some shit, right? Mm-hmm. And I go out to watch you. Mm-hmm. I don't want to body this girl.
You don't have to body her.
I'll go out to watch
Just say the part that's funny.
I go out to watch you next to where she was sitting because there was no seats, sold out show. Mm-hmm. I go stand over there, and there's girls. So I sold out people.
Also that.
There's like a table of 6 girls to my left. Mm-hmm. I just look over to see who was there, see if there was like a seat or something. Yeah. And she's like, relax, 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 relax. I know what you're doing, relax. And I was like, what am I doing? And then one girl was getting up to go to the bathroom, and it was like a long table, so they all had to stand up so she could get out the way. And she went under the table. So I was like, oh shit, gymnast, like joking around. Like, she crawled under the table, but like did like a limbo under the table. So your girl's like, relax. Relax. Stop. Like if I'm being like a fiend for chicks, right? Yeah. She knows nothing about me.
Yeah.
So then,
little does she know there's a Japanese woman ferociously scrolling hotels tonight, trying to get you a fucking.
So then the waitress comes over, and she's like, your friend is like, can you go to the dressing room and get my purse? I want to give this waitress a tip. I said, do I look like your fucking errand boy? In my head.
That's crazy.
In my head, I'm like,
nuts.
No, that's crazy.
Like, so then all my Bronx shit is like, all right, let's go, let's play.
Yo, that's
so I said, no,
crazy.
I got.
You found Sean Paul.
I got $20.
Yo, that's crazy,
oh, no,
bro.
Mind you,
and Rihanna.
She has no idea who I am, and I don't care who I am.
Right.
But you also have no idea who I am. The way she's talking. So I go to give the waitress 20.
Yeah,
and she takes it, and then gives it to the waitress like it's hers. But she asked for the money from her purse. So I was like, oh, when we go back to the dressing room, she'll give me the 20 from her purse. And never gave it to me. So I was like, all right.
Yo, it sounds like you getting bodied, bro.
So then I guess you're right. Like so then she's like,
yo, I don't want to body this girl.
She said,
stole $20.
She's talking about girls like, oh, you didn't meet those girls. We got to go out so you can meet some girls, whatever. So then I'm like, well, what's up with your friends? Why you didn't bring no friends? And she goes, oh, what friends should I have brought? I said, I don't know what friends. And then she's like, oh, I know some girls that'll fuck the opener. Like I'm just the opener. So then, but that shows me, let me tell you something. My research shit is sick, right? For her to know the term opener means she hangs out around comedians, right?
Sure.
So then I start listening. I heard her mention this, like when people say the store.
Careful.
Okay, but when you say the store, when you say
Don't
the store,
no names.
No, come on.
Sure.
I'm from New York, so.
Yeah.
When you say the store, it means the Comedy Store in LA. So I know if you only people that hang out around comedy clubs or comedians know to use certain slang for certain spots.
Yes.
So then I was like, okay, you in the mix.
Right.
But you don't know who I am. So you in a different mix than the New York mix.
Right.
So then I'm like, you should have brought some friends that'll fuck openers. Who's that? And she goes, I don't know. Let me look. And she's like, oh, my friend so-and-so. I said, show me her on Instagram. And she's like, yeah, well, she won't fuck you because she only fucks white rappers. And I was like, oh, man, I used to work for Eminem. Does that count? No, you have to be a white rapper. I was like, all right. Who else you got? And then I'm like, you got any fat friends? Because I know girls like that who are dumb skinny think every other girl is fat. She starts showing me pictures of girls that are thickish, not thick.
Right.
Thickish.
Right.
And she's like, I'm like, yeah, oh, that's your fat friend? She'll fuck me? And like, yeah, she might fuck the opener. I'm like, well, I was also the feature. Does that get me up? And she's like, no, it's kind of the same. And it's just like, I don't know. I'm having fun in the moment. Like, no one else knows. Well, Alex heard some of it.
Like, this shit was hilarious.
Yeah,
like, he just kept going. And she had no idea that he was being sarcastic. And she was like, oh, like, seriously having this conversation.
I was like, what about, I don't know. These girls are kind of young. You got any MILFs? And she goes, I used to work with this MILF. And she starts showing me. But I don't know. I get joy out of that. Like, I'm not gonna.
I forgot why I brought that up about you and a Japanese girl.
Because my sadistic little games.
Yeah, it's something.
The sports.
Oh, wait. You don't like sports.
So he said Porzingis. Like he made Porzinga. Like he's making fun of.
Oh, so this is one of the things that you do.
Yeah.
And this is his little sports game that he does. Like when we're at the cellar.
My sports games is crazy.
Dude, this guy is fucking unreal. We'll be at the cellar. It's a bunch of guys talking about sports, right? And he'll like seriously be like, he'll say something like, oh yeah, did they win tonight? And then you'll start answering and he'll play along with your answers. So he'll be like, yeah, they win tonight? He'll be like, who, the Knicks? And they're like, yeah. He'll be like, yeah, they won tonight. He'll be like, it was a close one, huh? And they'll be like, yeah, man, no. And like, you'll be passionate about a conversation that he could not give two fucks.
I don't even know.
He's like one of those psychic ladies, like, do you have a family member that just passed?
Oh, that's... You'd be a great fucking psychic.
R. Yeah.
Well, R kind of looks like a P. It's easy, yo.
Those people, too, are sociopaths.
Well, sports fans.
No, because here's the thing about Cipha. You got things like... I think that Haitian thing really got to you.
Why?
Because I think after that, you're like, all right, I'm not going to have too many like harsh opinions about shit. I'm not going to share with the world. Because you're a bah humbug motherfucker, dude.
No.
You are bah humbug. Admit you're bah humbug.
No.
What do you like? Exactly. This motherfucker is the life Grinch. It's not just everything, bro. If you're in too good a mood, just call Cipha and ask him how he feels about the day. This motherfucker don't like good weather. I literally said to him today.
I like cold weather.
Stop it, Cipha.
I like cold weather.
I said to him today, I go, dude, it's beautiful outside. He goes, I hate beautiful. I hate beautiful, son.
We get to the beach with the seals. He's like,
fam,
fucking animals.
I hate animals.
What else do you hate? Listen, hates beautiful weather, hates animals.
I hate animals.
Bro, you're
He's
like
it smells.
Fucking termite.
I've gotten to a point. Yeah, I've gotten to a point in my life.
He didn't even go down to the sun. There's seal. Everybody, listen right now. There's real life fucking seals. We're not talking about the little baby shits. We're talking about the big. How big, Alex?
Huge.
Fucking human size. Chan. Have you been down to San Diego? They are massive seals. There's no border. Nothing. You could walk right up to the seals, practically almost touch them.
Yeah.
Cipha didn't even unlock his fucking bird scooter.
No.
He kept the bird scooter up at the top of the cliff, and he just sat there looking down at us with the seals. You didn't even bother to come check out the seals. Why? Because you hate animals.
They stink. They're slimy. It's disgusting. Why you want to be around animals?
First of all, they don't stink.
The low tide was stinking in that area.
How would you know? You weren't even there.
I smelled it. The low tide of the beach, that was disgusting.
That was a Chinese tourist. That had nothing to do with the low tide, fam. They smelled great down there. But that's you. You just decide to hate animals for no fucking reason.
I hate them.
But for what? Something happened.
No, nothing happened.
You don't like good weather. You don't like Valentine's Day.
I like cold weather. My dream is to own a home in Vermont. I like cold weather. Mm-hmm. I like sunny days, freezing cold. Mm-hmm. I don't like LA weather. No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Valentine's Day.
Valentine's Day is a sham.
Okay. Christmas.
I'm not Christian.
Okay.
I'm not Christian. Why am I celebrating you? That's your Lord? Great. I respect that. Mm-hmm. I'm not Christian.
Right.
But Christmas is not like a religious holiday.
Yes, it is.
But not now.
Yeah, it's 100% a religious holiday.
Do you take weekends off?
My life is a weekend.
My
life is a Saturday. Every day I do whatever the fuck I want. Every day. Any day.
That's great.
I do whatever I want.
But when you worked at the radio, you would take the weekends off, right?
No. I never take days off. Very rarely.
This fucking guy.
But I'm doing what I love.
This fucking guy. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about certain traditions you just take part in. You take part in certain traditions. You brush your teeth in the morning?
Yes.
Okay. You brush your teeth at night?
Yes.
Okay. You have breakfast?
No.
You have
sometimes.
You have breakfast?
Okay, I'll tell you one about breakfast.
All right, go.
I'll tell you one about breakfast.
All right, go.
Sometimes I like to eat a burger for breakfast. And people are like...
Nah, it's because you're fat.
Okay, besides that. People are like, ugh, how could you eat a burger at breakfast? Okay, what the fuck is the difference between a hamburger bun and a piece of toast? What's the difference between a burger and a sausage patty? It's the same shit. So when you eat an egg and cheese sandwich, you're eating a fucking burger. If you eat a sausage, egg and cheese McMuffin, you're eating a burger.
You know
what the fuck is the difference?
You're an angry Puerto Rican Seinfeld. That's what you are. You're an angry Puerto Rican Seinfeld. No, it's Seinfeld.
It's not Seinfeld.
What's the deal with a cheese sandwich? But you gotta do it super angry and Puerto Rican. Why don't put no cheese in the bread?
I gotta figure out how to do it in stand-up though.
What's the deal with cheese and bread? What's the deal with the hamburguesa?
But why are you getting upset? Why do people get upset? Because people are fucking sheep and they're slaves.
Why we celebrate crema?
They slaves.
Why we celebrate crema for?
You want to get into it? It's the
I want to get into it.
The deaf, dumb, and blind 85%ers just doing whatever they're told to do.
Here we go.
Just doing whatever they're told to do.
Here we go.
You go down the.
Here we tell us about that 5% teaching.
You go down the path
sound
that someone has set for you.
Cipha the God.
Somebody said.
Speak that wisdom. Speak that truth. Cipha the God.
What's Mother's Day? Mother's Day? Mm-hmm. Someone has to tell you the day to love your mother?
Oh, damn, you woke.
Are you out of your fucking mind?
Damn, you woke.
The word woke is mad, crazy disrespectful. Woke is the wrong term for what you're trying to say.
Right.
Woke is the way in uneducated people say awake.
Ah.
It is the uneducated way to say awake. And now they've made their movement based on a completely wrong term.
You know what I know.
Tell us how you feel, Siph. No, tell us how you feel.
You know people from the hood, they're like, oh, son, I'm woke. No, dickhead, you're awake.
Whoa.
You're awake.
Whoa. Now I see how you said that shit about the Haitians. It was this level of anger that was popping up. You know what I mean? It was someone's like, yo, you be fucking Haitian bitches, Siph. You were like, no.
Nah, I fucked a lot of Haitian bitches.
You did?
Yes.
Why you gotta call them bitches, bro?
You did. I was
Stop
following these. Nabule.
What? You knew the next part?
What are you talking about? I got 9 Haitian friends.
9? Yo, if you get 10, do you get your own doll?
You get what?
Your own doll?
Voodoo? A voodoo doll?
Don't call it voodoo like you're fucking Haitian.
It's voodoo.
It's voodoo.
No, it's voodoo.
You are American.
Yeah.
You don't even speak Spanish. You're not going to start speaking patois.
I speak patois correctly.
Stop it. Learn Spanish first, Jose Luis Diaz. This motherfucker don't even speak his own language. He said voodoo. Say one other word in Haitian patois. Huh? Exactly. Say AIDS.
Yo, this is why Rosenberg and Charlemagne don't get along.
Why?
Because Rosenberg hates the fact that when that shit happened to me with the Haitian shit, that Charlemagne went after me. I didn't give a shit.
Right.
Charlemagne's doing what he does.
Right.
And this is the early days of Charlemagne.
Right.
When he was new on the radio on Power 105.
Right.
I don't knock somebody for doing what they do. He saw opportunity, he took it.
Because y'all would have done the same thing to him.
I wouldn't have, but people would have, yes.
People would have, yeah.
But I was like, but he's all upset. And it started this long back and forth thing that they have. But I was like, what the, why do you care?
Rosenberg is fake with that because he says it's real on the radio and then in person he's like, it's all wrestling, right?
Oh yeah, that's a whole nother life. But I'm just saying, like,
Yeah.
I don't, when people do what they do, it doesn't affect me.
Right.
Like, yeah, that's what he's known for. Why would I get a pass? Why would anybody get a pass? That's what he does. And certain people do their thing, and that's how, they are who they are. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I don't give a shit.
So tell us how you passed on Drake.
Drake's a good guy. Okay, you're talking about.
You thought we were just going to talk about the accomplishments?
No, I knew it was coming.
Now I want to butter you up.
But let me tell you something. You're talking about
What's the deal with Canadian rap? Who would listen to Canadian rap? Really?
You're talking about the joke that
The guy grew up in a cul-de-sac. What could be so gangster about growing up in a cul-de-sac?
You're talking about the joke I do.
What's the deal with that circle ham that they call Canadian bacon? I mean, ketchup chips, come on. So let me set this up.
Yeah. Wait. Real quick. You wasn't there because you had to leave. The next morning at breakfast, we with the chick. And she orders her bacon soft.
Son, this shit, was the weirdest thing I ever seen. Like, I know Cipha is a sociopath because of the games he plays with Japanese women, right? We all know that, right? We all know that about, even the way you laugh into your, you just got a little more joy. You just got a little more joy out of it, right? So, like, you're a sociopath, that's fine, right? Shorty orders a side of bacon, right? She goes to the fucking waitress's face, right? The waitress is a Mexican-American girl, obviously English first language, but grew up speaking Spanish too, right? She goes, I'll just have a side of bacon, and can I have the bacon soft? This Mexican chick have never felt more Mexican in her entire life, son. She looks straight at her. She goes, excuse me? She goes, soft. She goes, yeah, like not well done. Like, like undercooked. And Cipha, and I look at Cipha, and Cipha just looks at me like, I told you, bro. I've been telling you for like hours. Like, it's crazy you needed this to realize. Shorty ordered uncooked bacon, Alex.
I said to her, wait, do you mean like, because some people order it crispy?
Yeah.
So do you want it like, you want regular bacon, not crispy? She's like, no.
Undercooked.
Like, yeah, undercooked.
Like rare bacon.
She even like specified
yes.
that?
Yeah.
She wanted medium rare bacon, bro.
Yeah.
Bacon. Right out the package.
Yeah.
Couple seconds on it.
Yo, dude came out from the kitchen. Another guy.
The chef showed up. Not dude. The chef showed up. He goes, we cannot do it. She goes, we cannot do it. We cannot do it.
No, he can't do it because he read the requirements of the establishment. Like, all food must be cooked to serve to customers.
That's probably how they stay skinny.
Yo,
bro.
Just eat a bunch of uncooked meat and have a bunch of termites and shit.
Yeah,
in
Bro,
their stomach.
exactly. She's got the worm in the body eating with it. That's metabolism.
Good idea. The tapeworm diet?
Yeah. Yeah.
Get on it, Siph. Get your bacon nice and rare. I don't know why we said that. Oh, yeah. So back to
Canadian bacon.
Okay.
This is ham.
Back to Canadians, right? So Siph, yes, has signed many artists. Not signed many artists, but found, discovered, and broken many artists.
Yes.
Okay? We all know about those artists. We know about all the successes, all the accolades, all the money he's made for other people and not received anything back.
not anything.
Directly, but not the
I
big
get
time.
money.
Oh, you didn't mention Rick Ross.
You discovered Ross?
No, I didn't
broke the
discover him. I
record.
broke him.
You broke Rick Ross.
And I got him signed.
Yeah.
Son,
You didn't know
I
that
know.
one?
I should have done my wikis.
Yeah.
You broke Ross?
Yeah, hustling.
Every day
Hustling. That's all me. 100%.
Really? How'd that happen?
I was in Miami.
Yeah.
Friends with Khaled.
Yeah.
Khaled said he had this record that was starting to bubble in Miami. And I brought it back to New York. And it was Christmas season. So I was on the radio a lot because around Christmas time, everybody starts taking off. And I was the number one fill-in. This is before I had my own shows, really.
Yeah.
So I was filling in for Flex a lot. And I murdered that. This is when, it's a long story, but ratings were done differently. You can't go in on a record nowadays because people will change the station. They have so many other options to listen to. So you got to like just play a hit. But back then it was about the DJ. So I would burn this unknown record that no one ever heard, and I would burn it, play it, talk over it. New York, you need to know this. This is going to be big. Dude out of Miami, Rick Ross, shout to Khaled. I'm telling you, all my hustling, I start yelling out blocks I know in Brooklyn and the Bronx and Queens. If you a hustler on this block, if you a hustler on this block, all the hustlers that do this, hustling. If you hustle this, if you this kind of hustler, if you that kind of hustler, you hustle drugs, you hustle credit card scams, you a hustler. Like, phone lines going crazy. What is this? What is it? Burning it every day, playing it, starting it over, back. To the point where, and I hit Jay-Z, right? Because I was I working for him at the time? I don't know if I was working for him at the time, but it was after Rihanna, so he knows I find records. I texted him. It was like, I want to say like the 22nd of December. You know, the music industry, excuse me, the music industry shuts down the last 2 weeks of the year. No one works. You're off for the rest of the year.
The whole entertainment industry.
Yeah. So I text Jay. I said, Jay, there's a record out of Miami. The shit is fire. You need to know about it. He said, okay, hit me, on the 27th. Like, it's Christmas. Leave me alone. You know what I'm saying? But he's like, I'm on it. Boom. I go hamburger, playing the record, going crazy. Here's why he got upset. At that time, the music industry, the reason why Khaled is who he is today, the timing was impeccable because all the artists wanted to record in Miami because New York was cold and it was nasty. You go to Miami, the bitches are banging, the weed, all that stuff.
Isn't that crazy that people like warm weather?
Yeah, and that's weird. So a lot of studios started opening in Miami and everybody was recording down there. Remember the early days of Cash Money?
Of course.
Timbaland.
Yes.
All of them had studios in Miami. Khaled was the man at that time, so everybody was down there. So he knew how to like cater to all these artists, take them to the dope clubs, bring them weed, bring girls around.
Why was he the man?
He just was the man in Miami.
He did radio? What was
he was on the radio.
Okay.
But Khaled's just the man.
Right.
He's just the man. He'll figure it out. Anyway, all the A&Rs are in Miami working on all these albums. Jay-Z comes back top of the year, screams at all his A&Rs. Why the fuck are y'all in Miami using up all your budgets, expense accounts, and nobody knew about this record, and Cipha Sounds gave me this record, right? So they figured out because you remember the record. He got a line in the record where he's like, my birds fly across the Atlantic, something like that.
Yeah.
And then Atlantic was going to sign him. And then eventually Def Jam signed him with Jay was president of Def Jam. And then Jay jumps on the remix and he changes the line to like a Def Jam line or whatever, Rockefeller, whatever. So like I was broke that record. Fucking no way anyone would have heard that before me. Nothing.
Right. And
more than Rihanna.
You broke that record in New York.
New York.
Right. And now you're syndicated as well, so you're going into other markets?
No, not syndicated, but my mixes used to get like bootlegged.
Right. So, and when you mean break a record, this is not just I played it on the radio.
No. I stood behind it.
Right. This is the shit.
If you heard Hustlin' at that time, and then I was the only one with it, and I would go to a club and play, and they'd be like, oh, that's the shit he was playing on the radio. Like, there was no one else playing it. I'm the only one who had it. Every day. You could ask anybody. You could ask Young Sav. Young Sav is Fat Man Scoop's little brother. He eventually, later on down the line, he eventually became the president of what was Rick Ross's label?
Maybach Music.
Maybach Music. He was the president of Maybach. And he was in the room running the boards of the radio station. And he was like, damn, you going in on this record. What is this? I'm like, yo, some shit Khaled gave me.
So you just fucking knew.
Yeah.
Something clicks for you with a song.
Song or artist, something about it, yeah. I don't know how to monetize it, but yeah, I got the gift. And Jay signed it. And I was happy to be a part of it.
So you didn't get another time Jay fucked you.
The fucking guy, his name was Shakir. He was an A&R. He was an A&R for... He worked for Jermaine Dupri. It's a long story. Anyway, he ended up... I don't know if you ever heard of him, Shakir, but his name was Shake. Everybody called him Shake. He ended up eventually killing himself. Later down the line. Yeah, it was really sad. He was a great dude. And he told me, he said, you fucking up. He's like, you're not getting your credit. You got to fight for that shit.
That's what I'm telling you,
He's
man.
like, don't give no one the records. Don't give no one the records before you work out your deal.
Ah.
But I'm ignorant. Oh, no, they're going to remember. They're going to help me out.
No, I think your problem is not the fact that you do it. I think that you have good intentions because you want to help people and you want to put them up, but you also need to sing your praises as well.
Yeah, I suck at that.
Like Khaled will go help people.
Oh, Khaled is the best.
Khaled will also say, I'm the best.
Yeah.
You're Khaled without ego.
Yeah.
You're egoless Khaled.
Me and Khaled were exactly the same.
Right.
Exactly the same.
You both can recognize talent. You both can connect talent. You both can make a song. You know what I mean? Matter of fact, you actually can produce the music. Khaled don't even produce the music.
He does a little. Not anymore, but he used to.
Fair enough. But the difference is Khaled is willing to say, yo, we the best music.
Yeah, I suck at
I'm
that.
the shit.
Always did.
You do, but that's what I say on this podcast literally every single week. It's like, you got to state your claim. What did Jay say? Who the best? Biggie, Jay, or Nas? Right? Nobody was fucking mentioning Jay-Z at that time. Like that, when you first heard that line, you were like, who the fuck is this bozo? Right? Like, but he put himself in a convo.
Yeah.
You know? So it's like, you gotta establish, you gotta say it, because if you don't say it, nobody's gonna say it.
Yeah. I mean, me and Khaled, I'm talking
Luckily,
about
you got me saying it for you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Thank you, assholes. Yeah, exactly the same. 100%. Khaled, first time Khaled was ever on Hot 97 was because of me. Khaled knows. Pitbull.
You broke Pitbull?
What?
Son.
What?
Who else did you break?
Khaled. I mean, I didn't. Yeah, I mean, I gave him a shot. I didn't break Khaled or whatever, but Pitbull, Rick Ross, Rihanna. Not Mobb Deep, but I broke Quiet Storm, the song.
What?
Yeah.
Dude.
No, that was all me.
Nina
What?
Sky.
Yeah. Well, Nina Sky was my group. That's when I started to.
Hold on. Quiet Storm is your song.
My song. Nobody.
Is there a more what do you think is the most well-known Mobb Deep song?
Quiet Storm or Shook Ones?
Shook Ones.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
Quiet Storm, I think, is bigger. If you're a real fan, Shook Ones is the number one. The first thing
Quiet
I said.
Storm might be a little more pop.
Quiet Storm, especially with the Little Kim remix.
Yeah.
But
holy shit.
That record is not a Mobb Deep record. That record was a Prodigy record, a solo record that he was working on for his solo album. And I got it on DAT from the studio from Prodigy to listen to on DAT, no hook.
What is DAT?
DAT used to be before CDs. There were digital audio tapes. It was like a little tape, but it was digital, so the quality was
better.
Was where you record your masters to when you record albums. It was on a DAT.
Yeah.
I brought a DAT machine to the Tunnel nightclub and used to play two songs I broke. Quiet Storm and Cameron Horse and Carriage with Mace on it. Wow. And I would play it off of a DAT. Wow. And they're like, why are you bringing equipment into the Tunnel? It's a night, like, play records. I'm like, no, but this song I have. This is
good.
before you could burn a CD.
Right.
No MP3s.
Right.
I brought the machine in there. I plugged it in and fucking broke those records.
They went fucking insane or what?
Oh, Quiet Storm.
Quiet Storm what?
Quiet Storm would not be Quiet Storm if it wasn't for me playing it at the Tunnel. The people from Loud Records used to come to the Tunnel. The kid from Loud Records, Chris Green, shout out to Chris Green, came up to me and was like, what is this? And he works at the label. And like, what is this you keep playing? And I'm like, some Prodigy shit. Shit is fire. And I'll play it for you. I have it in my computer. I have he went back to the label and was like, yo, there's some record that Cyph's playing that's crazy.
You have the actual song in your computer?
Yeah, I have the demo version.
Yeah, play that.
Right now?
Hell yeah, get that shit out. I want to hear it. But continue talking while you get it out.
Yeah, but you could tell the difference. And because it wasn't, Havoc made the beat, but Havoc made it for Prodigy's solo album. Before there even was a Prodigy solo album. And they were working on a Mobb Deep album and they didn't have a single. And he was like, yo, Cipha Sounds is playing some song in the Tunnel.
So for everybody listening right now who's not familiar, the Tunnel was the hip-hop nightclub in New York City in the, 90s,
mid-90s into the late 90s into 2000s. If you watch the DMX Get At Me Dog video,
yes,
the whole video's in the Tunnel.
Right.
The movie Belly starts in the tunnel.
Right? And records would be broken in the tunnel.
DMX Get At Me Dog, Benjamins, put it in your mouth, Akinelli, Busta Rhymes, Jay-Z, with Jay-Z with Beanie Siegel, put your hands up, 5 a.m. and in the club. Yeah. Memphis Bleak.
Memphis Bleak is money. Memphis Bleak.
Those records broke in the Tunnel.
Now, and just to put things in perspective, there was one place, like right now you have a million different places to go out and party, this, that, the other, right? There was one place that everybody would go for hip-hop music in New York City at the time.
Yeah.
Didn't matter if you were from the Bronx, didn't matter if you were from Brooklyn, didn't matter if you were from Queens, Manhattan, didn't matter. Everybody was at the Tunnel. What's wrong?
It's not long.
Whatever. Notoriously dangerous?
Super dangerous.
Explain the scenario we're walking into. Like every week stabbings.
First of all, the search at when you walked in the club was like Rikers Island jail search.
Right.
This is all like it was a Sunday night. It was a Sunday night, so like
Sunday night was
the animals that you didn't have a job if you came to the Tunnel.
It's like you definitely sell drugs.
Yeah.
You're the only people that are not waking up in the morning. Right?
Right.
I didn't know it was Sunday. I always thought it was a whole weekend.
No, Sunday.
So
because they didn't like hip hop on their Saturday and Fridays were for white people that paid a lot to go to clubs. Like this was the only way you could get a hip hop night back then is do the off night. You gotta do the off night, Thursday, Sunday.
I had no clue. I thought Tunnel was its own club specifically for hip hop.
No. As a matter of fact, the party wasn't even called Tunnel, it was called Mecca. The party was called Mecca. It was just at the Tunnel. The Tunnel became it won the brand
battle,
the brand battle.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Me neither. Idea. It's crazy there hasn't been a documentary done about the Tunnel.
They're working on it
because there was the Tunnel, and I think there was another place called Cafe Lou. What was the place in the Bronx? Cafe Lou's? No, Sue's Rendezvous.
Sue's Rendezvous was
a strip club. No, there's another place, Johnny's.
For what? For hip hop?
Yeah, something Johnny's something.
I don't know.
But like notorious place, getting shot up every weekend, but everybody would continue going.
Not
talking about
like El Cafe or something like
you talking about
Johnny's?
You talking about the X Bar, which before that was you talking about Jimmy's.
Jimmy's.
Yeah,
what was it?
After the
Jimmy's Uptown.
Jimmy's Bronx Cafe.
Bronx Cafe.
Yeah.
Jimmy's was another one.
Yeah. I used to DJ there too.
Are we restarting?
Yeah.
Okay, take your time. It's fine. So when you're breaking a record, the reason it can break is because literally everyone is there.
Yeah.
That's what people don't realize, right? Like when you say I broke a record, you can't break a record at One Oak because everybody's not at One Oak. We're talking about
there's way different ways to get records nowadays.
No. I'm saying like everybody in hip hop is at this one place.
Yeah, the who's who.
The who's who are there. Yes. The rappers are there. The industry's there. Everybody's at this one fucking spot, right? Mm-hmm. You put that record on, everybody starts vibing, boom.
Yeah, not the first week. It took weeks. It took weeks. It took weeks. Yo,
And
that,
also-
that fucking opener keeps playing some Mobb Deep shit. Well, some product. The fuck is that? Oh yeah, I like this. Oh, this sounds dope. Yo, what is that? Yo, what is that? What is that? What is that?
And then eventually, and when it caught, you knew it.
I knew it before it caught. I just
But you saw it catch and you were like, oh shit, I did that.
Yeah. And then eventually there was this thing called the shoulder. And you're playing a record, you're breaking it, it's getting a reaction. Flex walks in and puts his hand on your shoulder. That means don't play that next week. I'm playing that.
And you got shouldered by Flex.
Not with that one because it was on a DAT. But a lot of records, yeah. you get
Oh,
shouldered.
so what you're talking about is not at the radio
He was the
station.
no,
you're
yeah, the
talking
club.
about, and that's another thing. So Flex was the guy who DJ'd every Sunday at that tunnel.
Yeah, it was his party.
It was his party. And so Flex comes to you and he says, hey, that shit is now part of the main set.
Yeah, it's getting such a reaction. I gotta play this from now on.
And what people don't realize is like, so there's like the opener DJ who's not allowed to play the songs
Yeah,
that
the
the
hits.
closing DJ is going to play.
Right.
So you really got to be out there trying to find shit.
Yeah.
Wow. What was the first song that you got shouldered?
The Lost Boys. Shout out to the peeps. The Lex Coupes, Beamers, and the Benz.
Benz.
For all, because that was the B-side of Lifestyles of the Rich and Shameless. So I was like, oh, I can't play Lifestyles. That's a main hit
Right.
record. So I'm gonna play the other side.
Did you have any connection to Big L?
I knew him.
But did you like his music? Did you play it?
Of course.
I was such a huge Big L fan.
Yeah. Big O was amazing.
Did you break anything of him?
No, but I was part of A&R of his album after he passed away, like his posthumous album.
What, Lifestyle? Lifestyles of the Rich and Dangerous or whatever it is?
No, I forgot what it's called. Was it Flamboyant?
Flamboyant for Life? Yeah. Or Flamboyant or something.
You know what I'm learning, and I'm seeing a pattern in Cipha? He's always been the selfless person.
Yeah.
So even in DJing, you were doing the same thing that you're doing now in comedy.
Same thing, yeah. That's why I'm a loser.
Yeah. That's what I'm trying to change with this podcast.
Like, you would give up the hot records for...
Well, no, that's just you have to do as a DJ.
Yeah, but now there's
9:30.
certain DJs that still won't do that.
Yeah, but then they don't get to open for the hot DJs. Simple as that.
Well, there's no more openers.
that's
the
not-
whole game is
But let's say,
destroyed.
for example, Flex was going to have someone open for him. He would still say, don't touch these records.
They can't anymore.
What you mean?
Nobody. I mean, if
No one
he,
respect it?
If he brings his own,
Yeah, I'm saying he brings the guy.
He brings his own. Yes, that's the only way to do it.
Yeah, that's no different with stand-up. You could be like, yo, I'm going to talk about these topics tonight.
Yeah.
Try to avoid, if you got anything,
Yeah.
I want it to be fresh when they see it.
Yeah.
Where's this track?
Okay, ready?
Yeah, we are ready.
Put this.
Yeah, just put it like that. We'll hear it when I hear it.
So this is the regular Quiet Storm. Oh, sorry. Oops, that's not it. This is it.
Let y'all niggas know right now. Word
Can you hear that?
for real,
Yeah.
for real.
It's fine.
That shit is the truth.
Why does it keep
Because
stopping?
you got your thing on the
sorry.
fucking...
Here you go.
Nigga who
Hey, right here.
I'm lying.
Listen to the drums.
I put my lifetime in between the paper's lines. I'm the quiet storm nigga who fight rhyme. P, yeah, you heard of him, but I ain't concerned
Okay.
with them.
Okay, you got that?
Yeah.
That's the regular version. This is what I used to play in the tunnel. Hold on. Demo. No storm noises. The kick, the snare's mad hard.
And traditional just boom bap.
Niggas is mad yo, for real. That shit is the truth. I'm lying. I put my lifetime in between the paper's lines. I'm the quiet storm nigga who fight rhyme.
This shit is fine. This shit is better, bro.
Stop minds from growing. I make your blood stop flowing. Take affirmative.
It's harder.
Bro, yeah, why'd they
harder.
switch it?
Because once Havoc mixed it, like if you ever notice, if you're a Mobb Deep fan, Havoc drums are always light. They always like there's something about the way Havoc produces. He likes the light snare.
Yeah.
Where when it was just a raw demo, he didn't mix it yet, so it was harder.
And that slaps in the club too with the bass.
Yeah, and then another thing I don't get credit for that I made. That's a New York
That you
banger.
say all the time.
Then I took Mobb Deep, Quiet Storm that I fucking broke, and made this.
I thought he was going to say something else.
Never find another love to make you come, and when it's done, you never find another love like never find.
What was that, 112?
There's this group called 112 Stole It. It was a group called In Essence. This is a New York club banger.
Yeah.
You remember
every
this?
New York party, they'll usually do that mix into the song.
I remember this song. I always thought this was 112.
Nope.
See,
There's a group from Toronto called In Essence.
what I thought you were gonna say is the iconic hip hop noise that every DJ plays.
Oh,
that
the air horn?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's you?
Son, you don't know that?
Hold on. Hold on.
You don't know that?
That is the Cipha sound?
Okay, no, I didn't invent
That is
it.
the
I didn't
Cipha
invent it.
sound?
Let me tell you something. Can I
You
tell you what
invented
happened?
air horning?
Can I tell you what happened? Okay, air horn is a Jamaican Caribbean thing.
Okay.
I got cut a lot of my teeth in the Jamaican world.
Yes.
I love dancehall music.
Yes.
The air horn was a known thing. My style of DJing is dancehall style, but playing hip hop. There's no doubt about it. The way I talk, the way I introduce records, all I'm doing is biting dancehall DJs.
And the dancehall DJ is the star of the night.
Oh yeah, definitely. 100%.
And that's why you want that same.
But I like their style. So I basically took dancehall and started doing it with hip hop.
Right.
That's why I say I'm like Khaled, because Khaled did the same thing. The air horn was a known thing in the Jamaican world. I started playing it on the radio. This is before we had samplers, laptops with sound effects. There's none of that. If you want to play a sound effect, you had to fucking like burn a CD. It was retarded. I made this at the radio station. Okay, listen to this. I made this in the back production office of the radio station on a old digital editing software we had. This is, I don't know, 99.
right.
Okay, ready? So in Jamaican culture, they had, I don't know how they did it, but they had some kind of way to make the air horn go over and over. And I didn't know how to do it. So I was like, okay, I'll just make it in the computer so that it sounds like I'm hitting it, right? Somehow, this is in the Hot 97 company computer. Somehow it gets out. I think it was either Green Lantern or Who Kid. That's what I've narrowed it down to. Green Lantern or Who Kid stole it. Not stole, but they took it out of the computer and started using it. But somehow, this is the early days of the internet. Somehow it got on the internet. So now we're in the 2000s, and this guy did a report on me on CNN, this thing called The Big Picture, maybe, or he did this report.
That was the Big L album, The Big Picture.
Oh, Big Picture.
Yeah.
This guy did thorough research and narrowed it down to the reason the air horn has become a cultural phenomenon was because of me. He approached me with the research. I'm like, what are you talking about?
Son.
The air horn existed already. He goes, that sample that I just played you, that sample that I just played you somehow got on an early version of the internet sharing, whatever. Anytime Pharrell, Timberland, any artist was doing any, No Doubt, there's a big pop record in London. Whoever was savvy with the internet would search for air horn noise, and that one would come up, that particular version. Now there's a whole bunch of different ones, but that one came up, and if you listen to certain songs, that is in there in the background. And like the guy was like, he said he did all this research, and he asked people where they got this, and then he found the site, and it was like either LimeWire or fucking Napster or one of them crazy things.
All trails led to.
And he goes, it went to Green Lantern. He's like, where did you get this from? He's like, yo, that was in the computer of Hot 97. You know what I'm saying? And it got down, and he researched it, and he goes, and he was trying to give me credit for inventing it. I was like, I didn't invent it. It was a whole culture uses this. And he basically said that the way I used it on the radio and the way I made that is what made it spread.
Yo, I'm telling you, are the greatest A&R in the history.
I mean, what am I supposed to do?
Of music, bro. Like, that's it right there. You started the air horn.
It's become vernacular. Like, people in sentences
It's
go,
a
"Brr, brr,
joke.
brr, brr." Like,
It's
that's
literally
crazy.
a joke.
Yeah.
Like when someone says something like with their bombs,
Yeah.
we go, eh.
Yeah, I know.
I didn't know that came from you. This is insane. So I just told you this yesterday. You know the term basic, right?
Yeah.
Duval invented the term basic.
Right.
Like, I'll be with white girls in bed and they'll be like, oh, I can't do that. It's so basic. And I'm like, you have no fucking clue that my boy Lil Duval, he would just did it on Twitter. It was a thing on Twitter where he'd be like, you're a basic bitch if you. You're a basic bitch if you. And it was just a hip hop thing.
Right.
And white girls, it became their greatest insecurity. If you ask a white girl, what is their greatest insecurity right now? Yeah. It will be
being basic.
Yeah. That is insane. Like, to me, I just sit there and chuckle because I know the guy who put that out there in the ecosystem. We always talk about on this show about like how you have to affect things from the ground, from underneath the ground. Yeah. They have to grow into the ecosystem from below it.
Was he talking about white girls at the time?
No, he was just talking about
any chick.
He was the Jamaicans. He was the Jamaicans using the air horn. Right. And some white girl saw it.
Caught on somewhere.
Boom.
Yeah.
So you were that for the fucking air horn.
Yep. I don't get publishing on it though, so whatever.
All right, we're going to take another break real quick. Talk about a show brought to you by Vice Land, okay? Vice Live. Comedians Marie Faustin, Zach Fox, Sandy Honig, and the rapper Fat Tony. They're going to be on this show, and they're going to tackle all of today's hottest news and bring you field pieces from across the globe, musical performances, stand-up comedy, and so much more. They'll be joined each night by celebrities, newsmakers, experts, random characters, all live from Vice's headquarters in Brooklyn. It's loud, unpredictable, and it's crazy. It's Vice Live. Monday through Thursday, 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. on Viceland or on the Viceland app. Fuck it. We'll do it live. That's what they're going to do. Make sure you check it out. Very funny people involved in this project. Absolutely hilarious. And you should go check it out. That's Viceland TV, Vice Live. All right? Go check that shit out. Now let's get back to the show. Okay, so Drake.
Yeah, Drake.
Because this is really your biggest fuck up when you think about it.
Okay.
Right?
Sure.
Because you've done all these things in your life, right? You've had all these people that you connected with that went on to be famous, but you were never in the position to sign them. You were never in the position to monetize them. You were never in the position to actually reap the fruits of the seeds that you sowed, right? You were the guy making these connections, and you weren't so selfish, so greedy that you were trying to make a buck on it. You thought it would just come back to you naturally. The universe recognizes this in Cipha Sounds.
Yeah.
You've had an illustrious career on the radio and DJing.
Yeah.
You've followed your
great life.
You've had an amazing life. You have 2 beautiful children, great wife. You've followed your career, and you followed your passion into stand-up comedy, reached incredible successes with stand-up comedy. Not only you're a regular at the Comedy Cellar, your own stand-up comedy show on True TV. Yeah. It's not like you haven't had these successes.
No, plenty of success.
Plenty of success. But sometimes the universe steps in and they go, you know what? You need to have insane success. You need to have incredible success. Yeah. You need to have otherworldly success. What I'm going to do is I'm going to drop something at your fucking doorstep. I'm going to drop the most prolific, successful musician in the last decade. In the last decade on your doorstep, and you have to do nothing. Instead of you going out to find it, it's gonna find you. Now for once, Cipha, you're in the position to make all that money and more than what you thought of. Here it is. Bow is tied in a basket. All you gotta do is take it and nurse it to life. Let it suck on your bosom, okay? Aubrey Graham was delivered to you, mouth open. Your teat was ready to be sucked. And what did you say? Build the wall. You said no Canadians allowed.
No, I'll tell you exactly what I said.
Tell me.
I'm not really into music right now.
No! No. What the fuck happens? And I know you gotta run soon, but we're good. We're good. What the fuck
said I'm not
happens?
into music right now. I mean, you're talking.
It's okay. You're good.
You're talking. Here's the problem with the Drake story. He's making fun of me because I do a joke now. Mm-hmm. The thing is, I do a lot of jokes, but I never talk about myself or I never talk about the rap game.
Nobody gives a fuck. Tell the story about the.
So
Drake.
I'm trying. So
Tell
now I have a joke.
We don't care about the joke. Tell the real story. Fuck the joke. Okay.
The joke makes me sound like I didn't sign him though.
You didn't.
I didn't sign him.
Okay. Yeah.
But you're thinking of Drake today. That's not who it was when I met him.
Nobody gives a fuck. None of these people who they were when you had the opportunity to sign them. Rihanna wasn't who they were. Cuckoo Cow wasn't. He was still in his projects. Right? Bro, a few people are going to get that, and they are dying laughing right now. They are fucking dying. So that was his artist. We keep pushing off the Drake story, and it's somewhat by design, I just want to say. Okay. I love us playing, but real quick for Cuckoo Cow. Cuckoo Cow was supposed to make you millions of dollars.
Yeah.
You signed Cuckoo Cow.
Yeah. He was like, to me, he was like a Midwestern ODB.
Yes. He's this Midwestern ODB. He has this song that got tons of radio play.
The number one rap record.
Number one
rap record on the charts.
On the charts. In my projects. My projects thick. Don't come to my projects.
All over the country.
Hot. I knew it.
Poppin'.
Loved it. Okay. Cipha actually signs him. Mm-hmm. Okay.
To Tommy Boy Records. It's on and fucking poppin'. Cipha's about to be a millionaire.
One issue. Correct. Correct.
Yeah, it's a big issue.
Correct. And not productive crackhead like DMX. Like a crack head.
Yeah, it was bad.
It was bad. Go to film your music video.
Yeah, oh yeah, he disappeared. We couldn't find him for
2
the
days.
video.
Just goes.
We had to get a hotel room when he finally showed up. We got a hotel room, top floor, so he couldn't sneak out the window. Put him in a hotel, and then me and my partner had to take shifts, just basically sleeping in front of his hotel room on the door, like. And he kept opening it, looking out, trying to escape. And we just be there like, nah, where you going? Where you going? No, I was just seeing what's out here.
So that didn't work out because of crack. Okay.
Yeah. So Drake,
it was almost
met Drake in a diner.
You meet Drake in a diner. Wait, which one? In
Fran's
Toronto?
Diner in Toronto.
I know Fran's.
Fran's Diner by the Eaton Center. And, well, earlier in the day, Oliver, you know Oliver,
No.
OVO?
No.
How you talking all this Drake shit? You don't know Oliver.
I don't know anything.
All right. Oliver worked in a sneaker store.
Right.
And he was like, yo, I got this one of my boys, he's an artist. He gave me the mixtape. The mixtape was, if you look up Drake's comeback season, that was the mixtape. The peacoat, the foliage behind him. So whatever. I was like, all right, cool. I was like, whatever. I'm not really into music right now. Then later that night or the next day, it was Caravana Weekend, which is a huge.
God gives you one chance.
Yeah.
God delivers it to you.
And I met him at Fran's Diner.
But no. This is Oliver. You're with Oliver.
Yeah.
You're not with Drake yet. So because the way God works is he doesn't want you to know it's God. Right. So he sends messengers, right? Mm-hmm. It can't be that blatantly obvious, or else you're like, oh shit, it's obviously God. I might have to start celebrating Christmas and stop being such a fucking Grinch. Right? So he just sends this person who's like a couple derivatives away from God.
Yeah.
Oliver, right? Who the fuck is Oliver?
Yeah.
Right?
Oliver's big.
Oliver gives you the thing.
Yeah.
Do you listen or no?
No.
Don't even listen.
I didn't listen to it.
So God's like, okay, I see how it is.
I mean, I was there for Caravana Weekend. I didn't have a CD player in my hotel room.
Right.
You know
Of course not. Okay. So then later that day.
Yeah. So
Where are you?
4 a.m, Fran's Diner.
Fran's Diner.
And Drake comes up to me or whatever, and Drake's like, yo, whatever. You know what all rappers say? I got this music. I'm trying to do this and do that. And he's like, yo, I was working I think I was at Rockefeller at the time. I was at some label, maybe Star Trek. I forget which one. Mm-hmm. And he was like, yo, I want to, try to get on, whatever. And I was like, to be honest with you, I'm not really into music right now. Maybe I wasn't working at a label because I wouldn't have said that. Mm-hmm. But I was like, I'm not looking for artists right now. I'm not looking for artists right now.
Now, that's the second time God has come to you and you spit in his face. Okay? Does Drake say anything after you say that?
I don't remember. I mean, He's just like, all right, whatever. What can you say after that? But here's the thing, though. Yes. I got burned so many times, I wasn't into getting burned again. Like,
right.
This is okay. I'll tell you what happened.
This wasn't a burn. This was you were going to be the guy.
But I'll tell you what happened. Here's the thing. I've been an A&R. I've been a manager. These fucking artists are pieces of shit. Okay, even the successful ones, just because they're rich and famous, don't mean they're not pieces of shit. You work your fucking ass off to get 10%. You work harder than them sometimes to get your 10%. And I was tired of artists being late, not fucking working hard, not putting their all into the records, not putting all into their promo shows, do their interviews. None of that shit was pissing me off. And I said, if I could rap, I would fucking run circles around all of y'all because I work fucking hard. When I found stand-up, I was rapping. Right. That was me on the mic rapping. So now I'm going to put my money where my mouth is. I'm going to invest in me as an artist. I can't sing. I can't rap. I found somehow people think I'm funny. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to get on this mic and I'm going to work on my own shit. And it was right around that time. So I wasn't working with, there's other artists too.
How long ago was that?
07.
And now we are in 2019.
Yeah.
So 12 years later, a friend of mine has some friends that will fuck the opener. So,
a what?
A friend of mine has some friends that will fuck the opener. So I'm saying you did it, bro. I'm just saying you came a long way. You really did go. I mean, you could have had 10% of Drake, but whatever. Who's that?
Whatever.
What's 10% of 100 million?
I fucked up.
More than 100 million?
Probably.
Not to mention like the business deals that you would have been on the side in and all that.
Yeah,
kind
but
of stuff.
so what? You can't live in regret. Can't live in regret. All my people still eat. Morgan runs OVO.
Who's Morgan?
Morgan was one of my best friends.
Sorry.
He was
the people who run OVO are Oliver and Morgan.
Yeah.
Huh. Okay. Good to know.
Yeah. Yeah,
is Juniper OVO involved in the
maybe Juniper maybe
OVO campaign at all?
I mean, you're making fun of the OVO people. They're fucking huge.
I just don't know any of them. I know 40.
Yeah. 42. Morgan manages 42. But they're all from Canada.
They know what the fuck they're doing.
They're from Toronto. Yeah, they know what they're doing.
We were having this discussion, I forget.
But they didn't know at that time.
Something happened where they know what the fuck they're doing. I mean, the 10-year run is unprecedented. We've never seen it in music.
It's amazing.
And I don't think we've seen it in music in any genre. I'm trying to think of a 10-year run. Did Mike do it for 10? Was nobody in between?
No, and Mike, no.
Because the argument is Jay-Z, but 50 ran it for a few years in between.
Yeah.
Right?
But Mike, I think Mike was on top.
I don't know if Mike did all 10.
Really?
No, Mike, towards the end, he wasn't on top.
We're talking about just as hot from the jump. If anything, hotter from the jump to
Michael Jackson didn't get hotter after Thriller.
Facts. It was either
Drake keeps getting hotter.
Down. Yeah.
But Thriller wasn't the first album.
No,
I'm talking about from the first album, from when he still had an afro.
Right. So Mike went like this. He hit. All right. So he drops. What is the first one? Bad.
No,
Off the Wall.
I mean, off the wall.
But I mean, he had Jackson 5 stuff before that.
Sure. But the trajectory is
off
up.
the wall.
Off the wall. Then Thriller. Bad comes out. Sustain or a dip. Sustain or a
slight dip.
Okay, let's just call it sustain for argument's sake.
Sustain.
Sustain. Then
Remember the Time album,
coming down a little bit.
The name of that is, yeah.
Coming down a little bit, right? We're talking Drake has continuously gone up since the mixtape
with unprecedented opposition.
Facts. Yeah. Like there's so much good music.
There's so many people gunning for his head, and he still prevails.
My theory is because he puts them all on. He puts any threat on. Anybody he sees who's like, oh shit, this kid got it. I'm gonna put you on a song. So now when you come up, I'm your OG. You can't be upset at me because I gave you your first platinum check. I made you your first $1 million. You gonna be upset at me? Mm-hmm. It's like that's the reason why the Migos open for him. Migos don't gotta open for nobody.
Mm-hmm.
Technically, they co-headline.
But they go first.
I think they swap.
Nah.
Yeah, like
LeBron not coming out
Migos,
first, fam.
Migos come and then Drake and then Migos come back out and then. Yeah, some more drink. Yeah.
But like,
Yeah.
it's unprecedented.
It's crazy.
That's amazing.
But you're doing good.
I'm all right. Here's
opening and featuring.
Here's my thing. You people, you assholes, keeping it tight. You're laughing at me. You're laughing at me. You're making a joke of it. It's all good. I'm fine with the joke. But here's the thing. I'm happy. I'm a happy person that does what I want to do and wouldn't change that for anything.
I think most people listening to this are not laughing at you because of this. I think most people listening to this right now are
sad.
No, they're not. They're not sad at all. They're confused about why you hate Valentine's. They're maybe confused about why you hate animals. But I think I think that they're as mind blown as me that you played this instrumental. But you're like Forrest Gump.
Yeah, people say that.
You're the Forrest Gump of hip hop.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
I've heard that before.
The is the smiley face T.
Yeah.
Like all these things that you're integrally involved in, that these people have just come to know naturally in their life, you put them on.
Yeah.
Do you know Jay-Z? Yeah. Like personally, you can text him?
Yeah.
Text him right now and be like, bro, I'm in LA. I don't got a place to stay. Can I crack?
Nah, Jay would. Jay's dead. He'd get me a hotel in a second.
Yeah.
It's not even a thought.
I bust your balls, but the reason I wanted to sit down you, and this has been kind of in a long time coming because we were going to do it for idiots.
Where's Charlemagne?
We were going to do it for a long time, but well, you did Breakfast Club, but for me, here's the difference. If we do an idiots, it's going to be an idiots show where it's not going to be about your story.
Yeah,
you're going to be part of whatever we're talking about, and every once in a while, like I did this with Miko Grimes because I think she got a fascinating story with her husband and their whole story. And every once in a while, I like to do these episodes that are hyper-focused on a person that I think doesn't get the appreciation that they should as far as how they've affected the industry, et cetera. And you're like, what does that give you? Well, you don't want anything. You're already happy. It's not about you. If anything, it's about me because I know what it's like to be in a situation where like I feel like I've affected an industry and maybe haven't been known or haven't been given credit or maybe people taking my ideas, et cetera. So this is my way of going, hey, when I get in any position of influence, I'm going to look out for those people who maybe been in similar situations. And at least you have 100,000 people.
I'll give you another one.
Go.
I'll give you a hard one to swallow.
Go.
This podcast game is because of me.
Oh, shit.
Speak on it.
Oh, that's
Speak on it.
Ian Rosenberg had a podcast.
Right.
Juan Epstein.
I'm going to disagree with you on that, but we'll get to that in a second.
Juan Epstein was the first.
You were the first hip hop
podcast ever.
You were the first hip hop. It was before Combat Jack.
So Combat Jack started.
Reggie.
Yeah.
When Reggie was Reggie.
Yeah, Reggie.
Yeah. Before Combat Jack.
Really?
When Reggie was a lawyer, we started Juan Epstein.
He was doing an internet radio show. So it wasn't a podcast, but I believe
at what year?
On date it was before Juan Ep.
No way.
That's what I heard. But I heard it was an internet radio show.
He was doing a blog. Combat Jack. The reason Reggie, who's a good friend of mine. R.I.P. By his family connections. Reggie was a lawyer in the game and had a nervous breakdown or a midlife crisis, whatever you want to call it. Was tired of the game and quit. And he had all these stories that legally he couldn't tell because of the contractual obligations as being someone's lawyer. So he created this character called Combat Jack, which was an anonymous person telling these hip hop stories on a blog. And then that grew into a radio show and then podcast. And he got the idea for a podcast for listening to Juan Epstein. And he was like, what is this? How are they talking? How are people hearing this when it's not being broadcast? You know, I didn't even know what a podcast was. Rosenberg was like, we should do a podcast.
So Rosenberg started podcasting.
Hip hop.
Because I think, as far as I'm concerned, podcasting was started by comics.
How's that?
No.
I knew a guy named Danny LaBelle. The podcast that really popped in the comic world was Mark Maron's joint.
Mark Maron, yeah.
Now,
comedy.
I used to work when I first started comedy, I worked for Danny LaBelle on Comical Radio. Danny LaBelle had a show that he hustled outside of Baruch College campus, Baruch College. So he would use the college radio, and it was a radio show, but he would also put it out as a podcast. And it was a show where he would interview comedians. And Mark Maron was a frequent guest on the show, and they would interview comedians, and he would be like, yeah, you should come interview comedians together, blah, blah, blah. And then Mark started doing his own thing, and it took Danny a while before Mark put him on, which was shocking because it's like, you got this whole thing from Danny. But all these comics that are doing podcasts, myself, Brian and Brendan, like maybe they don't even know the connection, but comedically speaking, that's where it started as far as comics.
Yeah, maybe comedy.
Comedy.
But I know like NPR and those type of...
They were around for a minute. Yeah. Fair enough. And that's totally possible. I mean, I'm sure there are people that were recording these like radio shows and like putting them out in other places. But the idea of like a hip hop...
But there was no podcast before the digital capability of hearing it. Like iPods. Like podcast comes from iPod.
Right.
You can hear it on your iPod.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
And y'all fucking started that.
Yeah. But also, whatever. What are you going to do?
Nothing, bro. No, listen, you seem more upset about it.
Nah,
you happy. You got more joy than all these people that are rich and upset.
I figured out the key to life. Now, I would like to be more...
What is the key to life?
You got to do what you love, find your happiness. It's literally like, there's certain things. I'll go do a shitty show, but I like getting on stage telling jokes. Like, it doesn't matter, like, some people be like, that show's a waste of time because this show makes you more money or whatever. But I don't know. Everything I've ever wanted, it comes in one form or another. You know what I'm saying?
Sometimes you get what you want. You just don't realize what you truly want. I say that with comics sometimes. It's like comics think that they want to make it big, but they really just want a community that they feel a part of. So they'll go as far as
that's like
they want. It's 10, by the way.
Okay.
But
that's the morning show to me. I thought I wanted the morning show.
And then
when
you
I got
found out
it,
you didn't want it.
No.
But what I'm saying is maybe you have really everything you've wanted in life. It just doesn't fit into the mold of the people that you engage with on a regular basis. Like we were saying earlier, you know how comics are like, I should have a sitcom because other comics have sitcoms. You were like, I should have a morning show because other comics have a morning show. But what you like is rocking a crowd. What are you still able to do?
Yeah.
Rock a crowd. Whether you do it comedically, whether you're DJing, whether whatever it is, you've done it. And at the end of the day, let's say you have $100 million and you die. It's not like you take that shit with you, right? But you have influenced the games that you're in without a doubt. For me, that's the most important thing, like, because that's how you live forever. Like, my body and mind might go, but my influence on the game doesn't go.
The only problem with that is my influence is not 100% recognized as my influence.
The people that know. The people that don't know. You know what I mean? Like, so, I mean, I've told this story in this podcast before, but like my pops like revived swing dancing globally. Literally brought it back.
Your pops.
The reason why people dance swing today is because of my dad. He created a fucking, and he has been written out of history.
Right.
They've just written him right out.
Yeah.
He doesn't care. He never wanted anything from it.
Yeah.
He just thought the dance was so beautiful that he didn't want it to die.
Right.
And he created a culture for it.
That's
he created
awesome.
like things. So what I'm saying is like, you put these records out and these people out. You saw a young comic like me, you know, who could use opportunity. You know what I mean? Not because you wanted a piece of whatever I did, because you get joy from exposing greatness. Like, we don't attach value to things that don't have money. So if you can't make money from something, people are like, well, why do you care about that?
Yeah.
But you understand happiness differently. So you're like, oh no, I like breaking the song. Like, you telling me about breaking that song and being like, I got it in my laptop. You got it in your laptop for a reason.
Yeah.
Because you like being that dude.
Yeah, I like it.
You like being a guy. Like, when my shit blows, You don't think on some level you're gonna be like, yo, man, nobody was putting that kid on, and I would put him on every fucking month on my show.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, there is a value for us. Like, if you are somebody who likes recognizing talent and showcasing talent, and you know that that's a skill of yours, there's some people that get to make millions of dollars on that. But that millions is not what makes them happy. It's breaking.
Of course.
So you found
I would
out
also
what breaks
I
you.
wouldn't mind a couple million though.
Hey,
Wouldn't mind it.
life is long, B.
Oh, who you telling?
Yeah, you're right.
Who you telling?
I'm just saying, like, if I really crack, you might get a paper bag.
That's great.
You know?
That's great. That'll help my kids.
You know
get
what I'm gonna
something
give
good,
you?
but, like-
You know what I'm gonna give you in it? A Valentine's Day card.
Yeah, I don't know. Whatever. There's a lot of shit out there.
Anything else you broke
I don't know. I don't remember.
before you literally got to
Sure
take a
is.
break right now and dip?
I'm sure it is.
What else?
I want to thank Cipha because Cipha was
Alexx
the
Media.
first person who gave me a chance.
And then
gave
Alexx Media fucked it up. Then you
Yeah,
had
I
to
did.
fire
You
him.
know what? But
What happened exactly? What happened?
something so stupid, and I was thinking about it today actually. He did something so stupid. I mean, sorry, he did something and I reacted so stupidly. And first of all, what he's doing for you is what he's supposed to be doing. I'm happy to, because I was part of this too.
Yeah. Yeah.
At the same night,
Yeah. That's how we met.
yeah, like he said he was Instagramming you or DMing you or something, right?
Yeah, on Twitter,
and you
yeah.
came in and I said, yo, this guy.
I thought he was some white dude that I used to do comedy with whose name is Alex Anderson. He picked a fake name that is a real name. What? What?
Keep going.
You think that they think your name really has two X's? This guy a gay porn star? Of course it's a fake name, bro. Come on. Go on. We've already told you have a fake name when we were doing the Swedish shit.
Yeah, and then they forgot about it. But
You don't forget about it. Listen, they forgot about Saif and my dad. They're not going to forget about this. Okay?
No, but we were at the cellar.
Yes.
And he came in and I remember he said to me, I DM'd Andrew Schulz because you had one thing up and he thought maybe you
Question
could make
of
it
the day.
better or something. Yeah, question of the day. And I like putting people on. I couldn't give you the amount to fucking make it relevant for your talent at the time, right? At the time. And you came in, I said, yo, right away, my brain, my synapses go off, and I'm like, oh shit, he mentioned Schulz about something he was doing on Instagram. Schulz, this is my man, Stan.
Yo, you're not a cop no more. It's all right.
This is my man, Stan.
It's a nerd ass name.
I don't even know what his real name is. So, and I
He's
said,
looking for the time
I
code.
said, this is my man, beep.
No, play the quiet storm.
He said, and yo, he does some video shit. He wants to help you out with some shit. And you gave him the super cold shoulder brush off. Like, yeah, you know, like Schulz does. Yeah, maybe we could do some, whatever. Boom, boom, boom. And I don't know how you felt, but I was like, he probably feels brushed off, but that's how initial meetings go. Like Cipha and Drake, you know what I'm saying? And it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Like, be persistent, keep hitting them up, boom, boom, boom. Then you did some for me, which was taping my podcast like you're doing right now. And you did something that I didn't like because other people would look at me that they don't like it. Now, if it happened today, it wouldn't have went down the same way. I was so worried about how the seller would get upset with me for bringing someone in that did what you did.
What did you do?
When he took a picture of Jennifer Lawrence that was sitting with Amy Schumer,
Right.
and he posted it. And
Technically, I was filming the podcast.
nigga,
And I took
don't
a
care.
clip from the podcast
I
that
don't-
we were filming. And
But
put
the
it-
only reason, because she said not to tape her. That's why I got mad.
Oh, I didn't hear that part.
She told, because we were sitting with Che,
Yeah.
and she said, you guys are filming, don't film me.
Oh,
And you
see,
took
I
a
didn't hear
picture.
that part.
So now I didn't want Amy Schumer or the seller getting mad at me
Yeah.
because he put out this little. now thinking back, like, who gives a fuck? Shut the fuck up. You're in a public place. Shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? But
I love this Cipha.
But yeah, and I shouldn't have did that. But also,
Nah, but I fucked up.
But I'm glad I did, because look at you now. Right? So just brown bag, 10 grand, fine.
Oh no, absolutely.
No, but like, I mean, man, we used to hang out. We used to hang out.
Marissa's my OG. Like,
yeah, we used to hang out. Like, I used to like hanging with him. I don't hang with a lot of people. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I'm fucking super happy for you. And like, I'm happy. Like, I'm happy from that, right? Fucking Drewski was a nobody, a piece of shit from Jersey, yo. A piece of shit white kid who grew up in a black neighborhood. There's no way he should make it. Right. There's no way. And he came up to me the way I came up to Flex and was like, yo, whatever you want me to do, I'll do it. First time he ever worked for me, he got pulled over and got arrested for having a fucking
Been
taser. For having like a taser in his car. And the kid fucking did everything I said, did everything I want. One time we was in this club, I gotta go. One time we was in this club and some kid, I said something to a girl and some kid said something to me and I'm trying to talk the kid down. I say, yo, listen to me. I'm whispering, but we're in a club. I'm like, dog, listen to me. I didn't mean to disrespect your girl. You're talking to me like you think I'm alone. Do me a favor. I apologize. It was my mistake. Just leave it alone. Yo, who the fuck you think you are? Da, da, da. One of his boys started walking towards me. Drewski just fucking clocked him. I'm doing everything possible to avoid a fight. Drewski was like, somebody's walking up to Cipha. I don't know what's happening. Bow! Knocked the kid. So then we get into a scrap. And from that moment on, I was like, this kid, like, that's a different skill level. I'm trying to.
I should have knocked out that bouncer. Sorry, Alex.
And he took the kid down. Like, I'll go to war any day.
Oopsie. In this situation, I am the kid, not the fighter. Go on.
No, but to this day, I'll go to war for Drewski and be in war with him no matter what. Now, he was my little protege. I said, yo, I told him like 3 months before, I said, shit here, Hot 97's about to come to an end for me. No way. What are you talking about? There's no way. I said, I feel it. I'm not happy. I feel it. Mm-hmm. I'm going to make a move. Now, you can either move with me or you can take my slot. You make a choice. And basically his choice was to take my slot. I said, okay, follow these instructions. Do this, 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 this. Play this person close, talk to this person, go over here. He's now doing everything I was doing. He's basically me, but better. Like, I'm from the hood. I don't like being hood. He's hood. He opened up a fucking performance space in the middle of Elizabeth, New Jersey. No, thank you. No, thank you. No, thanks. Yeah.
First of all, I love Drew. Always loved Drew. And you would always say to me, like, this kid's a star.
Star.
From the jump, you go, he's a star.
Star. And his only problem is that he's too hood. And one day, it's coming soon, I feel it. He's going to look in the mirror and go, oh yeah, I'm fucking white. Let me go ahead and pop this shit up real quick.
Really?
Yeah.
And you think that it could really change things for him for the better?
Well, he's a superstar. He's gonna be a superstar.
What will he do? Predict it right now so we can check in and see if Cipha's predictions are right like they usually are.
Now, that I don't know, because it's different nowadays. There's different angles to pop off. Like, he went on Love and Hip Hop. The problem he didn't pop off on Love and Hip Hop is because he wouldn't play himself. He was like on Love and Hip Hop, and he wouldn't play himself. And I was like, Drewski, if you go on that show, you gotta play yourself. That's the only reason. That's the only way guys can make it on that show.
Right.
You have to like do some stupid shit.
Right.
And he wouldn't cross the line. So he kind of got off of it. Like, it wasn't.
It didn't pop, yeah.
But he is Love and Hip Hop. That's his core. That's who he is. Like fucking even the I gotta go. Even the Tekashi, all that shit, right? I didn't know who Tekashi 6ix9ine was.
Yeah.
I mean, I know who he was, but one day I went to an event at Drewski's event space. Tekashi's outside.
You invented Treyway.
No. Let me tell you something. There's a Suburban outside of his thing. The windows go down. It's Shotty and it's Tekashi 6ix9ine. Shotty's like, yo, son, Tekashi, this is Cipha, the OG. Pay attention to this nigga. Da, da, da. I'm like, who the fuck is this guy? Like, I don't even know who Shotty is at the time. So he's like, yo, what's up, Cipha? Good to meet you. You know, proud OG, Hot 97, da, da, da. Shotty's like, nah, no. Don't. That's OG. That's the man. So he's like, okay, what's up? Then we go upstairs. And I'm talking to him, and I'm like, "Yo, thanks for saying that, bro. I appreciate it. I don't even really know you, to Shotty. I don't even know who you are." Like, he's like, "No, you know me, son." He goes, "I used to run with Jim Jones." He's like, "I seen all the shit you did for Jim, and how you broke Jim and did. I'd always be in the studio with Jim. Like, I love Jim." And he was like, "I was the goon." And he goes, "My hair used to be like this," and I was like, "Oh shit! I didn't even know that was him." Like. That's how deep I go, where like, I didn't even know who it was, but he somehow in the midst of hanging out with Jim Jones, I showed that guy love. And you know what I mean? Like,
well, he saw that your love for Jim was authentic.
Yeah.
He saw that you weren't trying to get bread off of Jim. You really, really wanted to break
another thing he said, Jim came to my improv show to I do that improv show.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I say what's up to everybody, where most people just say what's up to Jim. And he was like, oh, this is a real nigga right here. This is a real nigga. And then later on, if I was still on the radio, like I could have broke Tekashi, you know? But Drewski did it. I was like, Drewski, there's a lot of new shit coming out. New York needs it, like, you know, be on top of that shit. It's a new wave, all that shit.
You told Drewski about Tekashi?
No. I just told Drew that there's a hole in New York that needs to be filled.
And Tekashi came and filled that.
Tekashi, A Boogie.
Right.
Cardi.
Yeah, even Cardi. But he knew Cardi from Love and Hip Hop. Like, he's...
Right. That's the homie.
He was telling me about her. And I was like, I don't know. All right, I gotta go.
There's one story I want you to tell before you leave.
All right, hurry up. I gotta catch a flight.
Yo, just cancel the flights.
No, come on. I gotta go.
You safe, man. Jamaican wants you to play a reggae song on the radio.
Oh, come on, man.
Yo, just tell the story. Tell the story quick, and then you can leave.
All right. I'm not going to say his name, but...
Of course not. I don't want to be murdered either.
Okay. This is why, he thinks I'm a psycho. I keep it real. So I go to the radio station. I used to have a show on Saturday mornings, like 12 o'clock.
Yeah.
I'm driving to the radio station. I see...
Before this, set it up real quick. But you would DJ all these parties in Brooklyn. The Jamaican parties,
crazy Jamaican.
And these are in like the back of a building. It's not like
this is Jamaican party. Like you're in Jamaica, but you're in Brooklyn,
right? Like where Alex parks his car.
There's
they sell fucking what is it? Chicken?
Jerk chicken.
They should sell jerk chicken in a parking lot. Like there's just a bowl, and you can park a car and then buy some jerk chicken, and that's just what it is.
So there's I pull up, I'm very aware of my surroundings. There's a dread on one corner, a dread on another corner, and then a car with two guys in front of the radio station. So I'm like, oh, fuck. People always used to come to the radio station, try to give me music. So I drive around the block, I park, I walk up to the station. The guy in the car is like, yo, come here. I'm not going to do a Jamaican accent, but he had a Jamaican accent. He's like, yo, come here. He's like, yo, I want you to listen to my artists. So I said, I'm in a rush, but okay, go ahead. I'll give him some love. He plays it. The song is horrible. So he's like, yo, I want you to play this on the radio. So I'm like, yo, I can't play this today. Like, give it to me. I'll listen to it and I'll check it out. He's like, no, you got to play it today. And he starts getting aggressive with me. No, you got to play this today. The two dreads on each corner who are like the gunmen looking out start getting a little closer. So he goes, you got to play this today. He lifts up his shirt and shows he has a gun in his waist. And I said, okay, listen to me. The song is whack. If I take that song upstairs, I play it on the radio, my boss is going to get mad at me for playing whack music, and he's going to fire me.
Yo, you're crazy.
And then, if he fires me, I'm going to shoot myself. So your thing doesn't matter to me. He's like...
Say it in the accent. Say it in the accent. Say it like, you told.
Yo, bomba cloud. He said, yo, the man crazy. He fucking froze. He froze, and then he's like, yo, this man crazy. He's like, yo, and then he starts laughing. And he's like laughing like the sinister way a villain before he kills you. Yeah. I can't do it. So he's like, yo, the man crazy. So I said, look, here's what I'll do. I'll go to your studio with your artists and I'll listen to all your records. If there's anything good, then I'll play it. If there's not anything good, we'll make something. We'll make a freestyle or something that I could play. Yeah. He was like, yo, but son, you gotta come. I said, I'm gonna go. And he gave me the address, and a couple of days later, I went to the studio. Everything was whack.
You're fucking crazy.
And we made a freestyle that I could play on the radio. And he was like, shocked that I showed up. And he was like, yo, you the realest nigga I ever met. Like anything, like no one's ever gonna touch you in Brooklyn. Any party you go to, you have any trouble, you let them know I said you're off limits, all that good shit. And from that point on, like the dude was mad cool to me. Every time I see him, he's like a gangster. Like he can't even live in America anymore. He had to go on a run. But and he didn't even end up fucking with that artist much longer. He was like, yo, the kid was a piece of shit, whatever. So that's what I'm saying. Like if I would have went and played that, they would have known I was able to be intimidated. Yeah. If I said I was gonna play it and didn't play it, they would come after me for lying to them. Yeah. So I just kept it 100% real. I love my job so much that if I get fired, I'm gonna kill myself. So if you're gonna kill me, then it is what it is. With.
Yeah.
And that's how I've done with everybody. Like I just speak real to them and they get it. You know what I'm saying? That's what most people fuck up. Trying to get in business with gangsters. Yo, listen, gangsters ain't nothing but businessmen who didn't have the opportunities to be legit and from the get-go. But you can't like lie to them or front on them like you can like to some corporate shit. Like you got to keep it real. And let's just keep it real.
Wow.
All right, I got to go.
Cipha, thank you for keeping it real, my brother. That's Cipha Sounds, man. Cipha Sounds on Instagram, Twitter, all that good shit. Go follow him.
Nobody would have signed Drake back then.
Yo, thank you so much for coming, bro.
Thanks for having me.
I appreciate you. Safe flight, all right?
Thank you, Cipha.
This has been another episode of Flagrant 2. No easy buckets. This is going to be a special series. I'm going to name this series. And I'm going to do more of these. Tell me if y'all like these. Tell me if y'all fuck with these. I think we put you on some game. Thank y'all so much for supporting what we do here, man. Flagrant 2. Keep it tight. Peace.